Well, the time has finally arrived. It is time for some Friday Night Lights, baby. As one of the better teams in all Northern California, the Enterprise Hornets travel a couple hours from Redding here to take on the Vacaville Bulldogs, who are currently ranked number 16 in Northern California on the Max Preps rankings. Enterprise, on the other hand, the number 1 team in the Northern Section, back-to-back Northern Section D1 championships, and they're the number 36 team overall in California. You are checking out the Solano College Sports Network. I'm Zach Popp, and now time to introduce my broadcasting partner, Brian Nelson, and we are almost set for kickoff, and Vacaville will get the rock first. What are some things to really pay attention to real quick before this game starts off?
Well, for Enterprise, they definitely have a star running back, Izzy Matthews, number 24. Looks a lot like Ryan Matthews.
Right. How many times do you think we're going to say Ryan?
Oh, I guarantee at least 5 or 10, 5. And then for Vacaville, who are going to get the ball first, Chad Hecking really has to step up after the loss of David and Daniel Mewborn, and the running back position, DeMonte Moore, real impact player for your Vacaville Bulldogs.
Yeah, it'd be very important to get DeMonte Moore going early, and this is the first time a quarterback is entering his second season as a starter under head coach Mike Papadopoulos, and of course that's Chad Hecking. And I hope he takes his helmet off at some point in this game so we can see that great mullet. And we are set, baby. Fielded at the 35 by the Vacaville Bulldogs, and nowhere to go as he is taken down immediately. Outstanding play by, yes sir, Nick Thomasine. We will be calling this kid's name a lot tonight.
314 career tackles over his 2 years at Enterprise. A very impressive large man, 6 foot, 225, large imposing presence for Enterprise Hornets.
And Thomasine was the Defensive Player of the Year in the Northern Section last year, and he's got a chance to do that again this year. Now you get a look at Vacaville's offense coming out, and they like to kind of go old school, run a little bit of wing tee, a very quick offense. They like to push the pace, but I think we're going to get a heavy dose of Kane Cunningham and DeMonte Moore here early on. Try and set the tone, get a couple of first downs.
It's going to be tough against this Enterprise defense. They're running a 4-4-3 defense. All their linebackers are either 6 feet tall and at least 200 pounds. So running the rock against this Enterprise defense is a tough task, but I think Vacaville has a strong shot because that's really their strength on offense.
And this is one of the biggest offensive lines that Vacaville has had under head coach Mike Papadopoulos. Michael McCauley, 6'1", 275, the left tackle. Trevor Stewart, over 200. Borja, the center, 6'2", 240. Jesse Matthews, the right guard, and Austin Bird, 6'1", 275, the starting right tackle. Hecking, play action, wants to throw it deep, airs it out. Dulon Stevens, first down into Enterprise territory on the first play of the game.
And an amazing play by Dulon Stevens. Actually, he had contact around the 50-yard line. He adjusted the ball. Chad Hecking saw him wide open. Great open field play by Dulon Stevens.
And it's going to be very important for Chad Hecking to fall in love with Dulon Stevens. Of course, he had Tanner Donaldson last year, one of the best receivers in the MEL, had nearly 1,000 yards receiving. 1st and 10 in Enterprise territory. Hecking rolling out, eludes one. Nice throw, and this one is dropped right through the fingertips of Mikael Walker.
Just off the fingertips, but great move by Chad Hecking, eluding the defender. At least he got the ball away, didn't take a loss. Lift another play, another down on 2nd down.
And usually Vacaville loves to run the ball, and right here they are setting the tone through the air. And we'll see Mike Papadopoulos change it up a lot. He's got very comfortable with Chad Hecking, allowing him to throw a lot more. This time they get the rock to DeMonte Moore, and he is stuffed right at the line of scrimmage by a gang of tacklers.
That defensive line by Enterprise features 2 big men. You talk about the big men of Vacaville's offensive line. Their starting right tackle, Aiden Birch, and Nate Peterson stuffed it.
And this is exactly what Vacaville does not want. 3rd and long situations. They're more of a rushing attack type of squad. So 3rd and 9. They give it to Kane Cunningham. Nowhere to go. Outstanding play there. Big number 68 on the stop.
So, like you said, long 3rd down. Vacaville really isn't equipped. They risked it on 1st down by passing it, and an incomplete pass really puts them behind the 8 ball on 2nd and 3rd down when they try to run the rock.
So that Enterprise's front 7 really setting the tone here on that first drive. Vacaville a little success through the air, but stuffed the running game. So Chad Hecking, also the punter, gets this one off. A nice high punt. And this one muffed at the 10-yard line. Outstanding job. There's the other Izzy Perea with a nice punt return, able to break a couple of tackles
And you see
and
this,
get close to the 30.
You see the shiftiness and elusiveness of Izzy Perea. We'll talk a lot about the Izzy's. Number 6, Izzy Perea. I believe a top 10 play on Max
Yeah,
Preps.
he came in the top 10 for the top 10 Max Preps plays of the week. And, of course, just go to youtube.com/MaxPreps to check out the top 10 plays for this past week.
Definitely do that.
So, get a look at the quarterback, Justin Abney, who was a stud kind of playmaker last year. Played a little bit of running back, slot position. And they give this one to Izzy, and he is eaten up right away as Wyatt Faulkner, the linebacker there, along with big number 85, Malik Walker.
Yep.
We're going to get those names mixed up a lot.
Absolutely.
Malik and Michael Walker.
The twin brothers. One's the middle linebacker now, but both over 6 feet 3 inches tall.
Both seniors.
Yep.
And you'll see that a lot with Coach Pop's squads. He likes to play a lot of the higher-up classes. And
a little jet sweep action to Alex Taladino.
Gets back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe picked up a couple of yards to make it a 3rd and 9. And it's always nice when you can run the jet sweep to your tight end.
Yeah, he's a big, impactful player. Last year he had over 14 carries for 85 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns, and he led the team in reception yards. So Alex Taladino, yet another playmaker for that Enterprise offense.
And it's funny, too, because their quarterback was a leading receiver for this squad last year when they went all the way to the CIF Division II championship game, represent Northern California.
Let's check out his arm here, maybe.
So we get a chance to see the kid throw the rock, airs it out, and this one is overthrown and out of bounds. So that'll be a quick 3-and-out forced by Vacaville's defense. So you got to love that. And Vacaville had a tough game last week, had to travel to Oak Ridge, one of the best teams in Northern California. They're ranked in the top 10. And they lost a heartbreaker, 24-23. A little bit of controversy. Some people say DeMonte Moore got in on the 2-point conversion with about 11 seconds left. But it doesn't matter. It's what the Zebras say, and that's what counts. And it goes as a loss for Vacaville.
A little trick play from Enterprise. Looked like they were going to run an offensive snap, but Justin Abney, they pull a little Vacaville action there, had their quarterback do the punting.
And usually Isaiah Matthews will get in there and do some punting too. You just see the versatility from Justin Abney right there. Not only is he a stud quarterback, but he's going to stay on the field because he is one of the best shutdown corners in all of Northern California.
He's going to be paired up tonight with Izzy Perea, the other fast, elusive guy on the outside. So good luck passing for Chad Hecking against those speedsters.
Yeah, this is going to be a hard-fought type of Thursday night action. We saw with Baltimore and Pittsburgh, a lot of hard hits.
Two similar type teams going head-to-head.
Hecking fakes it. Walker has it. Nowhere to go. He is eaten up in the backfield, and Thomasine comes up and cleans up the mess. Izzy Matthews also there on the tackle.
Yeah, the aforementioned Justin Abney there, too, setting the edge there and not allowing Walker to go anywhere on that little jet sweep action.
And that's how you know you're a well-coached team. Great outside containment right there, and nowhere for Michael Walker to go. So that'll bring up 2nd and 15, a loss of 5 on the play. Play action, Hecking throws it out in the flat. Kane Cunningham has it. And he is pushed out at the 45, so that'll bring up a 3rd and 8.
That's an excellent play call by Coach Papadopoulos because they had the same motion action with Michael Walker going around the outside. Maybe Enterprise follows him a little bit because they're conscious of that play. Throw to Kane Cunningham, pick up a few yards.
Yeah, you're going to see Chad Hecking, a lot of play action, roll out, get into space. And he kind of reminds me a little bit of Alex Smith a little bit.
Yeah.
A very accurate passer. And he does have a deep arm, and the colleges are kind of to start looking at him a little more. And if he has a big year this year, we could see him playing at a school like UC Davis or something like that. Hecking rolling out. Nice throw. And this one goes through the hands of Michael Walker, so that'll bring up a 4th and 8 and a punting situation for the Bulldogs.
Good play by Keaton Voorhees, just fingertips away from intercepting that ball. But Chad Hecking, that was a risky play there.
And I like how both teams kind of playing it safe a little bit. That was he tried to force it in right there,
yeah,
but turnover is probably going to be the difference. And I mean, you got the number 15 team in Northern California with Enterprise and the number 16 team with Vacaville, so very evenly matched game here tonight at Tom Zanino.
Absolutely a key when two good teams are going against each other.
High snap, Hecking gets it, tries to angle this punt towards the near sideline, and not a good punt from Hecking. And he was an all-male punter last year in the Monticello Empire League. And that's a league Vacaville has just dominated. 5 consecutive male championships. I believe they've won 42 consecutive male games in a row. The last time they lost was to Napa in 2011. So they've had a nice run here with Coach Pop. And, I mean, the most remarkable thing is they have made the second round of the Sac Joaquin section playoffs in 7 of the last 8 years.
It's really about continuity. That's how you build your program to such an elite level.
And Enterprise the exact same way. They represented Northern California in the CIF Division II championship game down in Los Angeles. They get it out in the flat. And I believe that might have been their big tight end right there.
Alex Taladino there. But Wyatt Faulkner there to stop him on the little wide receiver tight end screen.
So who are some guys that need to step up Vacaville's defense?
Well, let's see. They're playing an interesting defense today because there's a 3-3-5 instead of their typical 3-4, 4-3 action. And it's going to be interesting against this running attack. So their linebackers, Walker, Ramirez, and Faulkner, are going to have big games, make sure that running game is stopped with only 6 up front.
They run a little option there, and the quarterback, Justin Abney, keeps it.
They must
maybe a loss of yard right there. 3rd and 7 upcoming.
Vacaville must play against their offense pretty well, so that shouldn't be foreign to them. So
yeah, I don't know if you want to run that play against Vacaville. Their defense only sees it every second in every practice.
Yeah.
I think a guy that needs to step up for Vacaville is Malik Walker, the defensive end. And, of course, he's got to replace a guy like Jeremy Sweeney, one of the best defensive players for Vacaville last year. And he was also an outstanding wrestler here at Vacaville. The kid was a beast.
Look, he got a scholarship to an Ivy League school.
3rd and 8. Throw it out in the flat. Izzy Matthews, gang tackling. Carries the would-be tacklers for a few yards, but it'll still bring up 4th and 4. Wyatt Faulkner there on the stop.
It's hard to not be impressed with Izzy Matthews. Took 3 guys to bring him down on a simple little dump-off pass. Still picked up a couple yards. It adds up in this game.
Usually you need at least 2 dudes to bring down Izzy Matthews. So 4th and 5. They're doing the same thing again. The quarterback, Justin Abney. Now it looks like he'll go ahead and step back about 5-6 yards and punt this one away. No one back to receive for Vacaville. Almost blocked.
Jeremiah Lamau, fingertips away from blocking that ball. Takes a favorable bounce.
So Vacaville will get the rock at their own 35-yard line. Once again, you are checking out the Solano College Sports Network. I am Zach Poff here with my boy Brian Nelson. And Vacaville, you think they got to try and get the passing going again? Because it looked like that was working early on in first down situations.
I'm pretty sure they surprised Enterprise by starting out with Chad Hecking throwing the ball. And I think that really got them to this point. Up to this point in this game, it's just been a field position battle. A lot of 3-and-outs, occasional punt.
It's been all defense here early on.
It's been play between the 30s. So if Chad Hecking can open it up, get the ball down to Jason Wright or Davion Harris, maybe they can get a big play in here.
Yeah, I think it's time to feed number 6 the rock here, see if they can get DeMonte Moore a little bit of action. They run the end around.
Davion Harris.
The guy you just mentioned.
Yeah. But a flag on the play.
And nowhere to go. Picked up a few.
See what this penalty will be on. Looks in the area of holding.
And you are right once again, partner. This one's coming back, so it'll bring up 1st and 20.
That's definitely a killer penalty there because, like we talked about this game, you really need to be disciplined when you have such tough defenses and your offenses aren't necessarily big play. It's really reliant on the run and option. So a really killer penalty, 1st and 20.
And this matchup features 2 of the best coaches in all of Northern California. Mike Papadopoulos in his 10th season, 86-23 overall, 42-3 league record. And Enterprise's head coach Darren Trueblood in his 12th year. As they get the rock to Moore. Stiff arm, and he is taken out at the 30-yard line. A pickup of 3. Nice job by
Izzy Perea.
Yes, sir.
Cornerback.
And the run he had last week was just phenomenal.
Yeah.
I mean, he broke about 3 tackles. You thought he was going to be down at the 15. Nah, I got this, coach. So 2nd and about 18. See if they allow Hecking to throw the rock here. Throw it out in the flat real quick. And a couple yards picked up right there for Vacaville. So that'll bring up a 3rd and long for the Bulldogs as he got that pass out to 82, Jason Wright.
Not going to get many past Nick Thomasine, though. So I don't care how fast Jason Wright is. Nick Thomasine tackles everything he sees. He tackles his mother when he wakes up in the morning.
Hey, that's why he's getting offers from Arizona, University of Washington, and if he decides to stay local, UC Davis wants him bad.
I think any school will be lucky to have a guy like that.
3rd and 16, Hecking airs it out. One-on-one. And this one is caught at the 30, 20. And we are going to have our first points of the game as number 35, Davion Harris, the guy you touched on, takes it to the house for 6.
An amazing wheel route by Davion Harris. He makes an adjustment in the air to the Chad Hecking ball. He turns back shoulder, runs right past the defender. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
And that was just an outstanding throw and a great catch over the shoulder. See you later, baby. Put it on the board, 6-0, maybe 7, awaiting the extra point attempt.
Davion Harris, a big play guy. Last week in that loss against Oak Ridge, he had a 58-yard run, the longest for the team.
And that's just got to kill True Blood. I mean, 3rd and 16 situation, one-on-one coverage, easy touchdown.
Yeah.
Extra point is up, 7-0 Vacaville. 5:06 here in the first quarter. So we'll see how Enterprise answers back. And I think this is where you're going to see a heavy dose of 2-4.
Absolutely. With that punch to the gut, you got a counter punch with 24 right up the middle. So a steady dose of Izzy Matthews should be on this next drive.
And look at Enterprise. They come into this game 1-0, an impressive win at Whitney up in Rockland, 35-7 W.
Yeah.
Izzy Matthews had another big game. Everyone had played well, but their defense was a story in that one. They held Whitney Rockland to under 200 total yards. And Vacaville doing a good job, though. I mean, they know they're going to probably shut down the run, so they allow Hecking to air it out, and Hecking's having himself a pretty good first quarter here.
Yeah.
So you got to be very careful right here. Don't want to allow Izzy Perea to get a nice return. This kid is dangerous, and he's one of the best playmakers in all of Northern California.
And kicking off for Vacaville is Sanchin Patel of the Kicking Patel family. That's extra Patel.
Yeah, I see. You didn't bust it out for the extra point. I should have let you do that, man.
That's all right. Next time. Let's hope Vacaville scores again so we can use it the next time.
So 5:05 left here. First quarter. Filled it at the 15. Perea's got it. He's got a seam. And he is eaten up at the 35-yard line. So that is where Enterprise will begin this drive. See if they can answer back.
And you can just see how easy he moves throughout space. He's just casually kind of striding, picking his spot, see if you can see his seam to bust open a big
He's not one of those guys that's just going to put on the rockets and just start going fast he can right off the bat. Good vision.
A little like Frank Gore, like a little hesitation move. Where
I knew you were going to get your Niner guy in here sooner or later.
If I'm doing color commentary, I got to see what good call like I see it.
What is Gore now, like 45? They run the sweep, jet sweep again. Breaks the tackle. A flag thrown in the backfield as Izzy Perea is finally taken down at the 37-yard line, but I think this one is coming back as the yellow laundry hanging out at the 50-yard line.
You see again Izzy Perea's big playability, breaking a tackle and busting it upfield. Well, let's see what this penalty is. It's going to be a big moment in this game.
I think this is going to be the Izzy show for Enterprise. A lot of Perea, a lot of Matthews, and it's actually against Vacaville. So
we'll probably decline that or
keep the run, tack on the yardage. Yeah. So big play for Enterprise.
So talked about a counterpunch. We thought it might be Izzy Matthews, but it's the other Izzy Perea.
We should have said Izzy.
Yeah, it would have covered both of our butts, but hey, you live and you learn.
And Izzy Perea, the 5'8", 165-pound guy, does everything. I don't even know what to call him. We'll just call him an athlete.
He's a Swiss Army knife.
This time they give it to the other Izzy, Matthews. He was met right at the line of scrimmage.
Good form tackle by the middle linebacker.
Wyatt Faulkner there on the stop. We've been calling Wyatt's name a lot here, and he was a guy I remember doing games last year. He's a big-time linebacker.
Really has to step up in the absence of, like you said, the departing Jeremy Sweeney, Connor Canellis. So we need
There's
leadership.
A lot of guys to replace here, and Papadopoulos very confident in this group, though. I mean, they went 10-0 as sophomores their JV season, and they have a lot of camaraderie between these guys playing for the Bulldogs. So 2nd and 10. Shotgun for Justin Abney with Izzy Matthews to his right. The quarterback keeps it, and he picks up maybe a yard. Just a lot of gang tackling for the Vacaville Bulldogs.
Looks like Aiden Birch, the right tackle, is coming back into the game. 71, Greg Fay took over for him for a couple plays.
And we'll see the two guys in the secondary, I think, going to make big plays. Jonathan Burke, one of the best safeties in the area, and also Cade Cunningham, a guy that can make some impact plays on defense. 3rd and 9. Abney, receiver open. And 3rd down. Who's always your security blanket?
Your tight end. So Alex Taladino makes another big play. We got to see Justin Abney's arm on that play for the first time in this game. They pick up a crucial 3rd down. If they didn't get that 3rd down, momentum goes right back to Vacaville, and they could have rolled with it.
And when you talk about touchdown machines, you got to bring up Alex Taladino. I mean, the kid had 26 grabs last year, 13 TDs.
I would say it doesn't take an Asian to say 50% is a good ratio.
Matthews gets the rock, rumbling and bumbling. He's still on his feet, and he is going to take it to the house for 6.
Tack up another highlight play for Izzy Matthews. He breaks the tackles of Vacaville, walks right into the end zone. So Enterprise counterpunches, 6-7 game with the extra point pending.
Yeah, and with Izzy Matthews, you have to gang tackle. You cannot bring this guy down one-on-one. The kid is a horse, and Izzy takes it to the house right there. And last year, he broke the school record for most rushing yards and rushing touchdowns in Enterprise history. Extra point is up, and we are all tied up 7-7 as Taylor Manuel knocks it in.
Yeah, that kicker for Enterprise, a rare one. He's a backup guard, but he's also the kicker. So
Only in high school.
Only in high school you see a 5'11", 230 kicker.
Only in high school, baby. So 7-7, 2:58 here, first quarter. Once again, you're checking out the Solano College Sports Network. I'm Zach Poff here with Brian Nelson.
I think you see so far in this game, a little conservative to start out, not opening the playbook too much, but as soon as Vacaville scored, I think it's game on now. And these two teams' true colors come out. It's going to be interesting next 3 quarters.
Yeah, this is a big game for Vacaville. You don't want to start the season 0-2. And I mean, they are taking on 2 very tough opponents, 2 of the better teams in California. But you just don't want to start the season 0-2. A lot of expectations for this Bulldogs team this year. 0-2 is not the start you want.
You don't take a lot of solace in moral victories in football. It's really what it comes down to is the record.
I mean, really, baseball and basketball, those are the moral victory sports because you play 190 games. 162 in baseball and
82
in basketball. So Kane Cunningham awaiting the kickoff at his own 10-yard line. Taylor Manuel set to kick this one deep. And this one's squibbed. Kane has it at the 11. Past the 25. And he is taken down at the 30-yard line.
A very smart kick by Enterprise because he kicked it right in the area. So a Vacaville player was trying to scoop it up. Kane was trying to scoop it up. Didn't know who really. A lot of confusion on that play. So Enterprise has good field position right now. Or Vacaville has good. Excuse me.
So let's see if Coach Pop elects to still try and get the passing attack going here. It's been working here in the first. The running game hasn't gotten started yet. But knowing Vacaville, they love to stick with running the ball, and DeMonte Moore and Kane Cunningham, 2 of the best running backs. Cunningham has a lot of space on the outside, and he is still on his feet. First down and more, and he's taken down right around the 47, 48-yard line, so a nice first down pickup.
That was a 24 for Vacaville, right? That wasn't 24 for Enterprise? Yeah,
right?
breaking tackle.
They got a 2-4-2.
Yeah. And Davion Harris making another impact play. When he was in motion, he got good seal block right at the point of attack. Sprung Kane Cunningham for the first down.
Hecking fumbles the snap, dives on it, lost 2.
That play could have gone a lot worse for Chad Hecking, but has the wherewithal to jump on that ball.
And those are the plays you just hate. I mean,
mental errors.
Exactly.
Yeah. You can deal with physical errors if your body fails you, but mentally not being in the game, that's pretty unacceptable.
2nd and 12. This one up the gut. Gives it to your boy once again, Davion Harris, able to get into Enterprise territory to bring up about a 3rd and 8.
That was a very deceptive run play. I definitely thought he was going to hand it to DeMonte Moore, just right at the last minute. Handed the speedy Davion Harris. Pick up a couple yards, make this 3rd and 8.
And these are the spots you don't want to see if you're a Vacaville fan, but they capitalized on 3rd and 16 on the last drive, and the big touchdown to Davion Harris. We're going to get our first timeout. Timeout called by Enterprise. So that gives us a chance real quick to take a look at the Northern California rankings. And guess who number 1 is?
Enterprise?
In all Northern California.
This season.
De La Salle, of course, are 2-0 this year. 251 consecutive wins against Northern California teams, and they're 42-1 since 2011 when they lost to St. Thomas Aquinas, one of the big powerhouses in Florida. Number 2 team Folsom with Jake Browning. Of course, this guy breaks a record every single week. He broke the record for most touchdown passes in California State history last week, broke the passing record for most yards in a career in California State history. Folsom 2-0 this year. They're also in the Sac Joaquin section, just like Vacaville. Elk Grove sitting at number 3. Valley Christian, a kid to pay attention to. Kirk Johnson, Captain Kirk, 4-star running back, committed to play for Texas, had 223 yards and 4 touchdowns in their 55-0 W against Pioneer. And Clayton Valley Charter rounds out the top 5 for the Max Preps North Cal rankings. And, of course, they had some tough news when Khalil McKenzie ruled ineligible. Play action, Hecking, rolling out to his right. Eludes one tackle, throws it off his back foot and out of bounds.
Makes a smart play there. Don't want to turn the ball over.
Good pressure by Taladino in the backfield to force the errant throw and a 4th down.
And Taladino's pressure was important because Davion Harris had a couple steps on his defender.
Yeah, Enterprise, one of the toughest defenses, not just in Northern California, but all of California. They got some big boys, and, of course, they're led by their stud middle linebacker, Thomasine.
When you can roll out every single day an 8-man front, that's confidence. Then your back line has the speed to cover you.
Hecking with a high, short punt. Perfectly placed down the far sideline. And it looks like it's out about the 10-yard line.
Does it make me a homer if I say that's like Andy Lee? No. Yeah, no.
So we got a $1:28 left here, first quarter, and a couple of good drives put together by Vacaville and Enterprise. Enterprise answered right back after Vacaville put one on the board, a long 3rd and 16 touchdown to Davion Harris. See if Enterprise will keep feeding their bread maker, Izzy Matthews.
And Nick Thomasine coming in on offense, so
I would not want to get in that guy's way.
No. When you have Nick Thomasine, Izzy Matthews in the backfield, I'll keep my hands out of that action.
So ball is at the 11, 1st and 10. And the quarterback keeps it. Looks like no gain on the play for Justin Abney.
And Thomasine's size kind of got in the way in that play because Abney ran straight into Thomasine, lost all his momentum. Vacaville was able to gang tackle for a short loss.
Yeah, Nick Thomasine reminds me a lot of Granite Bay's stud linebacker Cameron Smith, committed to play at USC. And Vacaville plays Granite Bay next week. They're number 10 team in Northern California, and Cameron Smith is an absolute monster.
Boy, not an easy schedule for Vacaville.
Yeah, they're starting out tough here. Matthews gets it close to the 15, so that'll bring up about a 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7.
Jonathan Burke up there in run protection, and you have to when you're safety against this Enterprise rushing attack.
So we're getting close to the 30-second mark here in the first quarter. And a timeout called by the official.
Having a substitution for Vacaville. Malik Walker coming off the field. Christian Carmichael started to walk off the field, but he's staying on. Watch out for Izzy Perea on this 3rd down play. He's making big plays today.
Throws us out in the flat. Matthews has it, and he is taken down short of the 1st down marker. And that very well could be the last play here in the first quarter. So 4th down upcoming, and probably switch fields before the punt.
But a very entertaining first quarter so far. Vacaville coming out with a quick strike. Not a quick strike, it was midway through the first quarter.
So
but
we are tied 7-7 here first quarter, and we're going to take a quick commercial break here on SCSN.
Bunko, Want to join in on this fun game?
Well, now you can. On Saturday, October 18th, Sonic Community College is hosting its 6th annual Bunko tournament here in Building 400.
And this year, Bunko goes pink. Our friends have put together this event as a way to raise money for the National Breast Cancer Foundation.
Doors open at 1, but the fun doesn't start until 2. And for the first time ever, the Pink Hills Fire Truck will be on site from 12 to 2 as well. Tickets go for pre-sale, $20 per person and $25 at the door.
So get them quickly. Seating is limited to 250 people. So basically, first come, first served basis. Plus, you get to save $5.
For more information or for tickets, call JJ Eves at 372-2531 or email bunkogoespink@yahoo.com.
Bunko!
And we are set for the second quarter here, and I guess we got to make reservations for 3 now, partner, as former Will C. Wood player and Vacaville player Joseph Angier. Did I get it right?
Angier, but
Angier.
you're getting there.
So what kind of impressed you in the first quarter, Joe?
Oh, that big deep pass, number 1 to Daniel Stevens down the field up the middle. That's something I've never seen Vaca High do because they're used to that run offense.
Yeah, this is probably something new to you, seeing Vacaville kind of fall in love with the pass a lot more than the run. Usually Vacaville loves to run the rock with Coach Pop.
Yeah, they're loving this Hecking guy and quarterback.
Love the heck out of Hecking.
I knew you were going to corny it up here, baby.
Yep. That's
Punts away, and this one is out of bounds right around the 48-yard line. So Vacaville will begin this possession here in Enterprise territory.
Great field position to start off for the Vacaville Bulldogs.
So what, you sticking with the kind of pass first here? It's been working.
I'd go with the run. That's the old Vaca High offense right there.
A little reverse psychology. Pass it down the field, open it up for DeMonte Moore. Maybe you can get some big plays out of him.
And also Kane Cunningham. I mean, you got 2 stud running backs. DeMonte Moore was all-Mel last year, had over 600 yards rushing, and that's with the Mewbourne twins. Now they're gone, and now it's time for the Kane Show, along with the D-Money DeMonte Moore Show. So 1st and 10 at the Enterprise, 47. Moore in motion. Hecking gives it to Kane. Breaks 1 tackle, breaks another, past the 40, still going. He's at the 30, and he is finally tripped up. Ball is out, and Enterprise jumps on it at the 31-yard line. Big-time play by Aiden Birch there to force the fumble.
It's actually Izzy Matthews chasing him down from behind, the other number 24 with a tomahawk. Got the ball out. Enterprise ball.
And Izzy Matthews, a guy that's not only being recruited as a running back, but also being recruited as a linebacker.
He showed his skills there.
That was a great tracking the ball down, and goodbye number 28 coming up and recovering it, or 25.
And Izzy Matthews, I mean, this kid, he does it all.
Yeah, he just stays on the field, and he's going to expect the rock the next play.
Because it looked like for a second Kane Cunningham was going to take that one to the house.
He had a couple steps, but that speed of Izzy Matthews just chasing him down.
And we talked about turnovers in the first quarter, and we get a look at our first turnover here in the second. Whistle's blown. I think we're going to get a timeout, Vacaville.
That was a huge play by Izzy Matthews because Vacaville started on Enterprise territory, bust open a 20-yard run, but turn the ball over. You get the ball back, have some momentum, try and score the ball.
And, of course, you played for Wood and also played for Vacaville.
Yep.
What's Coach Pop preaching right now after the big fumble?
Oh, not Coach Pop. It's Coach Cassis. Cassis is probably getting in the defensive line's face and telling them, get on those D tackles. They're probably going to 4 stance now to get in their face, and then you're gonna have those linebackers coming in for Izzy Matthews, and I see those linebackers taking them down this play.
And looking at Kane Cunningham, though, do you think Coach Pop's going to trust in him for the rest of this game, or is he going to kind of feed the rock more to DeMonte Moore?
DeMonte Moore is going to get the next rock, but I see it going DeMonte Moore pass, and then he can come back in and take another handoff.
And Kane Cunningham, of course, last year almost rushed for 500 yards. I mean, Vacaville was just loaded with a ton of talent. Ended up losing in the second round of the playoffs.
Who didn't rush for 500 yards on the back?
Yeah. Do you think you could get out there and maybe get like 3?
No.
Not 300, just 3 yards.
3? Okay. If I fall for it, I can get 3.
1st and 10 after the Vacaville timeout.
Oh.
Nice fake. Abney trying to bounce it outside, and he does. Has the first down and tripped out of bounds after a gain of about 11. Or right at the first down marker. Should be enough for the first.
Luke Andrzejczyk getting his fingertips on that tackle, tripping him up. That was a good fake by that quarterback, Justin Abney. We talked about his skill positions last year.
And this one's coming back real quick as you see the offensive players go in the opposite direction.
But Justin Abney last year as a running back / wide receiver, having 53 carries for 455 yards and 2 touchdowns, plus team's leading receiver with 28 catches, 301 yards, and 4 receiving touchdowns.
I mean, they got a ton of playmakers on this squad, and now a guy like Izzy Perea kind of steps in and does exactly what their quarterback did for him last year, kind of do-it-all type of guy, get him out in space, can make plays. Airing this one deep, Izzy Matthews, and just a little over his arms. Good coverage on the play. Number 3 for Vacaville, Michael Walker.
That was great coverage by Michael Walker. The only way that Justin Abney was going to complete that pass if it was pinpoint right on the money, a little overthrown. Can't get any better than that on defense.
And the thing that caught my attention coming into this game is Vacaville has a way bigger roster than Enterprise. This might play a factor down the road, but at the same time, this Enterprise team is coming off a 13-1 season last year. The only loss was in the D2 championship game against Chaminade. And, of course, Chaminade had Brad Kaya as their starting quarterback, who's now starting as a true freshman for the U.
Wow.
Yeah.
Second down. And he gets eaten up. Big time tackle right there. Big 4-5 on the stop. Marquise Pratcher there with the big time delivery.
Going back to what you said about that big roster for Vac High, that's what's been killing other teams. Vac High always has another man that can step in for them if someone gets gassed out for a second.
And that's kind of a thing that was hurting USC a lot with all their scholarships lost from the Reggie Bush scenario. And you see as it gets into the second half, sometimes teams start to slow down a little bit. But I think it's a different story with this Enterprise team. They are well coached, they're conditioned, and they're ready to roll for the whole 4 quarters, baby.
When you have skill like that on both sides of the ball, why not play them all the time?
3rd and long, need to get to the 30-yard line for a first. And this one is overthrown. And that'll bring up 4th down. So good job, Vacaville, able to get a quick 3 and out. Of course, the holding penalty helped out a lot for Vacaville's defense, put them in a long situation, but 4th and 20 upcoming, punting situation.
Really killed the momentum. And once they kill the momentum, that turnover really doesn't hurt because after this punt, they'll probably get the ball right back around where they had it previously.
Oh, yeah, momentum is a big factor in football. If you can keep pounding that ball in, you can get that. You can get some good plays going off of it.
And a short punt, and it does take an Enterprise roll. And Vacaville got a little help from Kobe Williams there picking it up. That might have rolled another 5-6 yards.
He just got a little anxious being the wide receiver. He's like, oh, I have the ball, so might as well catch it.
I mean, that's what these guys, they don't get paid yet to do.
No.
But that's their job right now. And
Hey, when your name is Kobe, you want the ball.
exactly, right? I knew those Lakers shots were going to be coming in.
Hey, I was a Lakers fan growing up.
You Dubs now?
No.
I'll say Kings.
No, definitely not. I still have eyes.
So 1st and 10, Bulldogs, Enterprise 47. Hecking gives it. Moore has it, and he gets upended. Big time hit right there.
Looked dangerous. It looked like his leg almost planted in the ground there and could have hyperextended something, but thankfully he's all right.
That was just some good blocking by the Vac High offensive front, too, making that big hole for him.
See, I knew it would be good to get you in here because you're going to notice the big uglies doing all the dirty work. And, of course, you did that for Will C. Wood.
Oh, yeah, the big and ugly.
Moore, nowhere to go. Push backwards. Nice job there. Big number 68 on the hit.
Yeah.
That was a
And
good
Nate
job by
Peterson
Enterprise, too, right there. Picking up the read of the scene. He's going up to the right side, taking that gang tackle.
So under 9.5 to go here. First half, 7-7. Vacaville put 6 on the board. Deep bomb to Davion Harris. And we knew that the Izzy show was going to show up, and he tied things up 7-7 after bulldozing through Vacaville would-be tacklers. Hecking hands it off. Moore outside. First down. Hit out of bounds right around the 32.
And I think Coach Pop is realizing don't run the ball towards Izzy Matthews' side of the field. So DeMonte Moore gained that ball, running right past for the first down.
Yeah, there's 2 guys you need to avoid on defense, and, of course, Izzy Matthews and Nick Thomasine. Both guys heavily recruited by D1 schools. And, I mean, you're looking at the North Coast MVP and Isaiah Matthews and the North Coast defensive MVP and Thomasine. Hecking airs it out. Deep. Moore. Incomplete.
Just a tad underthrown by Chad Hecking.
Izzy Perea there, a nice stop, able to deflect that one away.
Hit him right in the helmet, but that was a very he had an opportunity for 6.
Little surprised here to see Vacaville throw it a lot here.
Hecking is a big guy this year. Vac High's you always going with our run team, and this throwing the ball is new. This is new to Vac High. I see it working great for them this year too.
Just another added dimension for that Vac High offense.
Yeah, it worked great last year for them too.
Maybe a little early movement here on Vacaville's side. Actually, it's going to be, I saw the encroachment sign by the side judge. So
And Vacaville seems to be walking back, so.
Push it back. Or
holding your water.
Push it forward, 5-yard penalty. So that'll bring a 2nd and 10, a manageable 2nd and 5 now.
I think this is really the sweet spot for Vaca High's offense. 2nd and 5, you don't really know if they're going to run or they're going to pass, so it really opens up the playbook for Coach Pop.
Vac High can definitely damage you in the red zone. They have a great running team that can just come in.
Another penalty.
It's early on the call last time, so this time I'm just going to wait it out. This one's false start. So now from 2nd and 5, back to 2nd and 10.
Doing a little cha-cha going back and forth there with the refs.
That's just the linemen learn how to hold their water. It's a little early, but they need to learn that when it comes more down the line.
We've seen a couple of mental mistakes for Vacaville. Hecking had the fumble on the snap, and then Kane Cunningham, the big fumble here when it looked like they were going to maybe drive and put some points on the board. Hecking, one-on-one, elects to throw it in the flat, incomplete, trying to hit Michael Walker. And he had Dulon Stevens there, one-on-one.
Didn't like the matchup there against Izzy Perea, so he decided to go through his progressions. And, hey, you can't hate on a quarterback for going through his progressions.
In Enterprise, they love playing one-on-one coverage. I mean, Izzy Perea, along with Justin Abney, I mean, these two guys are shut down corners.
They trust the speed on their outside. That's why they can play Nick Thomasine, Izzy Matthews, Alex Taladino, all up front, because they have so much trust in those back ends.
3rd down, Hecking takes off, and he's going to try and run for it. And he dives, and I think he has enough for the 1st down. And he does. Pickup of 11 on 3rd and 10.
Hecking looked back and looked like an RG3 or a Russell Wilson back there.
Yeah, let's go Russell Wilson now. We don't want to do RG3 now, all right? This ain't 2012, so.
All right.
Yeah, I don't see an e-brace, no.
But, no, I love the comparison, able to get outside.
Oh, yeah.
And you could tell he still wanted to throw the ball there, but saw
definitely.
nothing downfield, so he just took off and ran. And big-time pickup.
Forward.
He can move. He can move a little bit.
Yeah.
Up the gut. Cunningham.
You can say this Vaca High team does have a Seattle offense with a big Marshawn Lynch backfield.
They got 2-4.
Yep.
Beast mode. Maybe he's going to need to get some Skittles at halftime.
Maybe.
Maybe we'll give him a little boost to run away from Izzy Matthews next time.
Exactly, right?
Doing Vacaville's games last year, it's really surprising that Chet Hecking is so big and so mobile.
2nd and 5. Fakes to Kane. Gives it to Moore. Stuff right at the line. Nice pursuit by the Enterprise defense. Nick Thomasine, one of the gang tacklers there to bring him down.
And that was a fake all the way. Faked it to the fullback and went straight to the halfback. Great job by the defensive line for Enterprise holding their water and recognizing that and taking them down the backfield.
Hey, if Joe can see it up here, I'm pretty sure Enterprise can see it down there.
He's saying he's got bad eyes? Is that what I'm getting at?
No, I'm saying he's got great eyes. So if he can see it up here, then the Enterprise can see that's a fake all the way. Stop it.
3rd down. They give the rock to 3-5. Davion Harris tripped up. So he's going to be...
Realizing he can't go up the middle, so why not go on the side?
4th and 4. You go for it here, or you trust your kicker?
Go for it here.
Yeah.
Vaca High's been moving the ball on running plays on the side.
And it looks like Pop is agreeing with you because Chad Hecking's out there with the offense.
This would be about 32 yarder.
Yeah.
4th and 4. Hecking almost got him to jump.
See what he's doing there. Got a couple of linemen to flinch.
Timeout. Looks like Pop's going to elect to maybe go with the field goal here. And he got a couple of guys to move on the line, but good job not to actually jump across the line of scrimmage.
They twitched up instead of across, so they were still good.
That was a good job holding your water in the trenches.
And with 4th and 4, that would have been an automatic 1st down for them. So might as well try by Coach Pop. Not the worst strategy in the world. So
I was looking for another Russell Wilson run by Hecking there.
Instead, we're going to get a field goal opportunity by one of the kicking Patels.
You can't use your line here because it's a field goal.
No.
It's not a PAT yet.
So
I know you're just waiting.
I know. I'm just waiting on it, but Sam Patel was 1 for 1 last week with 2 point afters. So.
And you know in high school football, I mean, field goals are always interesting.
Oh, yeah.
You never know.
No, you never know.
You never know.
So it looks like they're going to set up around the 40, so it might be around the 20, so it might be around a 30-yard field goal.
When I played my senior year, we had a field goal attempt by a team, and they missed it badly. And Jimmy Primus, he played wide receiver. He picked it up and scooped and scored for a touchdown.
So he got his Auburn on.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Chris Davis action.
So Sam Patel, 30-yard attempt. He's got the distance. That one's good.
Plenty
Just
on that.
over the right upright.
Yeah.
Or left if you're where I'm at, right if you're on the Vacaville side. You know, I figured this is a Vacaville broadcast, so I'm going to go with the Vacaville side.
Kicking Patels, telling you.
You just can't wait to get that line
I
out.
cannot wait.
So once again, they got to be careful here on the kickoff, though. You don't want to give Izzy Perea any space to find an open seam. And this is impressive. I mean, this Enterprise team, I mean, if Vacaville finds a way to win this game, that'd be a big W. A lot of confidence would go into that win. I mean, Enterprise, back-to-back Northern Section crowns. They're the #1 team in the Northern Section, in the top 20 in Northern California on Max Preps. I mean, this is a very good team. And I think it was good for them losing by 1 point to Oak Ridge. They're hungry. They're ready to get out there
I was just
today.
about to add that once we were finished, because Vacaville can't be happy losing by 1 on such a controversial call that you were talking about earlier.
And, of course, there's no red flags in high school football, so
we don't even have replay yet, but
it's coming.
it's coming.
It's coming. Once again, you're checking out Solano College Sports Network. We are at the 6:37 mark, 6:42 on the board, but I'm going to roll with the actual real scoreboard here, baby. 6:37, 10-7, Vacaville lead after the 30-yard field goal for Mr. Patel. And they do a little squib kick, and it's still a free ball. Dived on at the 20, and that's where Enterprise will start. It's the tight end, Alexander Taladino, there to jump on the loose rock.
So
What's Enterprise need to do here on this drive, Joe?
Enterprise needs to get that ball to Izzy. Izzy needs
Which
that
one?
ball.
yeah, which one?
Perea or Matthews?
Matthews.
Either one?
Both same time.
Either one. Maybe give it to Matthews to throw it to Izzy. I mean, to
Hey, you still got it right. I would like to
Yep.
see them maybe allow Justin Abney to maybe make some plays with his arm here and maybe roll out. He can always take off and run, too.
Yeah, we've only seen about 2-3 throws from Abney so far in this first half. Let's see his arm. Let it rip.
1st and 10. Izzy Matthews up the gut. And he's still going, carrying would-be tacklers, and he picks up 11.
Or, hand it
Wow.
to a bulldozer and just have him go through the Vacaville defense.
looking like Eddie Lacy right there.
Hey, he's reminding me of another 24.
Yeah.
Big Marshawn Lynch up in Seattle. I mean, this guy is a bruiser.
25, Caden Rollier.
And, we're not going to get mixed up with Ryan Matthews because he doesn't fumble,
Oh,
Oh.
he causes fumbles.
right?
Complete opposite of Ryan.
Yeah, I'm very impressed with Izzy Matthews. The other Izzy
Yeah,
gets
that
it,
was-
Perea, jet sweep, and he is hit hard. I believe that was Jonathan Burke on the hit,
That safety you were talking about earlier,
all Mel last year.
coming up in run-stopping defense.
Oh, yeah. That was a great stop by Vaca High. Reading that play action. Sorry.
And it's funny, coming into this season, it seems like Vacaville sometimes, it's like they always play well in their league, but non-conference has been an issue. But that's not the case. They're 44-21 in non-league games under head coach Mike Papadopoulos. This run goes for a couple yards. That'll bring up about a 3rd and long 6. But that's impressive, 44-21 in non-league games, and they always have a tough non-league schedule.
I think that reflects in their record of last couple years 8-4, but previously 13-1.
And as you mentioned earlier, I mean, this team always gets to the playoffs, and they usually win at least one game, and they've won 2 Sac Joaquin section titles under Coach Pop. He's got a man wide open, caught at the 30. Grace is finally caught inside the 10, right around the 9 or 8 yard line.
That's a backup quarterback on our roster, Keaton Voorhees. So a running back wide receiver last year throws to a quarterback. Only in high school football, folks.
Only in high school.
And what a great play call. I mean, able to sneak out in the flat, go right down the sideline. Big-time pickup for Enterprise. First and goal situation.
That's what you talked about, partner. You talked about having Justin Abney. Let's see what his arm can do.
He put that right on the money.
Yeah.
He just proved it right there. Going back to what you were saying about Papadopoulos playing big teams before the conference.
They run the jet sweep to the tight end, Taladino, and he gets inside the 5, finally taken down right around the 3.
Pop always said that he likes to play hard teams before the conference, so when they get to the playoffs, it's breeze for them.
That's a pretty good strategy to have. Have your pressures early on, get acclimated to such big games, and then when you're in the playoffs, hey, we've been here before.
And my mistake, I said 40-something for the male consecutive. It's actually 26, and they haven't lost since 2008.
Wow.
So I was,
Back when I was in high
0
school.
for 2 right there, up the middle. So we're going to get a 3rd and goal. It's going to be it's about 2 yards to go for the TD. And this is probably 4-down territory.
Yes, absolutely.
So you see Michael Walker tapping his head. He wants out.
And we've seen Marquise Pratcher step up from the bench, and we talked about the depth here. So if Walker comes out, next man up. We got a 3rd and goal situation. You need all your bodies you can.
So more importantly, I want to ask you guys, what do you think of our rookie cameraman here tonight? Are they doing all right? A little shaky here and there, but I think they're balling, man.
It's a learning experience, but hey, you got to learn on the job.
Our boy Joe. Like how I'm just calling you Joe now. I'm not even trying for the last name. I don't want to butcher it
Angier.
anymore. Joe
We can
Angier.
finish each other's sentences at this point, right?
There we go. Yeah, so I'll just say every time I say Joe, you got it.
Angier, yeah.
All right, that works for me.
Yeah.
So you played 2 years at Vacaville and then 2 at Wood?
Yes, I did.
What was your experience with playing here for Vacaville?
Playing here at Vacaville, I learned to stay low. That is what Vacaville preaches at D lineman. You have to stay low if you want to be D tackle for the Vacaville Bulldogs. Lower man always wins in football, no matter what.
And what was it like playing against your former team for a couple years with Wood? What was that? Were you just ready to go?
Oh, yeah, it was always interesting to see your friends or your rivals against you, as I can say. I always stay close with some of my good close friends at Vaca High, and always had that smack talk going on in between the huddles.
You know how football is.
Oh, yeah.
It's a different animal.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
all fun and games, but
It's all.
there's some things said, you know?
There is always things said, especially in the trenches.
All right, baby, 3rd and goal, just inside the 2. Matthews, walk it in. Enterprise with their first lead of the game, 13-10, and awaiting the extra point to make it 14. 4:01 left here, 2nd quarter.
So the surprise of no one, when there's 2 yards to go, you hand it to your big back. That's 215 pounds.
And he just walked right in there. It looked like he was untouched, held that ball tight in his stomach, and almost walked his way in there.
Let's give a shout out to Jake, our cameraman. We were talking about our cameraman. That was a pretty good close up of Izzy Matthews just walking into the end zone.
That was money, unlike his Oakland A's.
Oh, he's not gonna like that when he watches his back, but hey, we speak the truth.
Truth
Let's stay
hurts,
on
baby.
football here.
Extra point is up and good. 14-10 Enterprise, 4:01, and the Izzy Matthews show has shown up and definitely done work.
They just drove down the field in what seems like in a couple minutes, and they took the lead right back from
You knew this kid was primed for big-time Friday Night Live action, baby. I mean, he was called up from JV in 2012 in the playoffs, and he made the game-winning 2-point catch in the final minute to knock off Paradise 36-35 in the Northern Section Division II Championship. And then the next year, they repeated and, of course, represented Northern California in the Division II Championship. But the final 3 games for Izzy Matthews, 94 carries, 590 yards, only 2 touchdowns, average 180 yards a game in the North Coast Section D2 Championship and the CIF Division II Championship for Northern California. And then he had a big game against Chaminade in that 41-9 loss in the Division II Open Division Championship.
And we can see why so many schools are coming after him, talking to him about potentially going to their schools, such as Colorado, Colorado State, Wyoming, Air Force.
After we started giving the camera crew some love, a little shaky.
Doesn't always happen that way.
I'd be doing the same thing if I was on the camera. So 4:01 here. Going to be a big drive for Vacaville because Enterprise will get the rock to start the second half.
So, Joe, what do you think a 4-minute offense for Vacaville? What does that entail to get the lead back?
I would say they're going to go with another passing with Hecking. Or
Little short squib. Filled it at the 30. Tried to bounce it outside. Davion Harris finally pushed out of bounds. So right around the 38.
I would not be surprised to see Hecking in the shotgun position and looking so deep to someone.
Probably stay away from our left side of the field, away from Izzy Matthews.
Yeah, this guy, I mean, obviously he's been the best player on the field here tonight. 2 rushing touchdowns, big-time forced fumble, and he's made a ton of tackles. And he's a guy that'll wear down a defense, too. So 1st and 10, Bulldogs at their own 38. Hecking throws this one up. He's got a man wide open. Jason Wright, 30, 25, stiff arm, and finally take it down at the 20. Big-time gain as it looked like Izzy Perea fell down right there and allowed Wright to get up in some space.
There's a flag on the play.
There's a flag.
What that is. But yeah, Izzy Perea slipped, and Jason Wright made a good catch on the ball and turned upfield.
And maybe we could get an offensive PI right here. That might have been the issue with Perea falling down, so we'll wait and see.
Oh, Jason Wright is limping off to the sideline.
No flag on the play as
Chad Hecking celebrating with his power mullet.
We still got to get a shot of that when his helmet's off. And
this Enterprise.
So Vacaville gets lucky there. They pick up the flag. So Vacaville has it now, 1st and 10 at the 20.
From my point of view, I just saw a simple slip. I didn't see any sort of aggressive contact that caused him to fall down. But, hey, to each his own.
I just figured it's always wise not to share my opinion with the microphone, baby. Moore outside. And he is past the 10. Leaps.
You cannot do that.
Touchdown, baby. DeMonte Moore.
Let's hope that flag doesn't take away that amazing play by DeMonte Moore around the corner.
You cannot jump someone in high school football, though, so that play will be coming back. That happens in our game my senior year. B. Stans jumped over someone back at high. Flag was thrown. Call went back.
That's so unfortunate because that was an amazing play. DeMonte Moore going full Superman, breaking the plane of the pylon.
I mean, he got a good 4 or 5 feet in the air. I mean, he was airborne. And
he was looked like he was going to be stopped right around the 5-yard line.
All for naught.
We'd love to see that heart in a football player, though.
Oh, yeah, you definitely do.
And Vacaville's fans obviously upset about that, booing the referee.
The only benefit with that penalty is it occurred as he was already inside the 10. So
they're in the red zone now.
We're going to get that 1st down at the 11. They feed it to Moore again. And it's always nice when you have that 1st and 2. A lot easier to get the 1st down.
Yeah.
That was a big hole the lineman made, too. That was a good thing. There was a Mike linebacker back there to take him down.
Yeah, DeMonte Moore, he's going to find his success on the outside.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's big enough to really get with those big boys inside. He's a tough kid. But you go against a guy like Nick Thomasine, it's not going to end well. Hecking, play action. End zone. Stevens, touchdown.
Got both feet in. I think he only needed one, right? But, hey, let's go pro with it.
And this is a guy we were touching on earlier before the broadcast. They need Dulon Stevens to step up. Tanner Donaldson gone, almost 1,000 yards receiving last year. Back-to-back weeks. Mr. Stevens, touchdown.
That was a great catch by number 8 right there. Held it in his chest, put 2 feet in bounds.
And, hey, guess who's up? Mr. P.A.T. Patel.
You were just waiting.
Boom, baby.
You got it, baby.
But, hey, Chad Hecking, very impressive on that last
Hey, you notice how Bulldogs was so hard for the cheerleading squad to get it in the beginning. Now they're just going with the Dogs.
Yep.
Extra point up and good from
P.A.T. Patel.
17-14 Bulldogs. That drive took all of 59 seconds, if my math is correct.
I think so, yeah. But that was very impressive. Progression, passing by Chad Hecking. I was looking where his eyes were going. I saw DeMonte Moore out in the flat. He stops, plants his back leg, throws a strike to Dulon Stevens in the back of the end zone.
It's always nice when you got teams just answering back. Oh, you got 6? All right, here we go, baby.
Saw a big defense in the beginning of the game. It's starting to slow down, looks like.
And you can tell this game, once it gets into the second half, whatever defense steps up is going to probably walk out of here with the W.
Definitely defense wins championships all the time.
Man, I don't like that phrase at all. I think it's more like defenses keep you in games, but then the quarterbacks win you the championships.
Oh, well, who won the Super Bowl this year?
Yeah, you're right. Well, what about the year before? The Niners didn't win.
Well, they got Ray
They got
Lewis in that
Flacco.
linebacker
Oh,
position.
please. Ray Lewis was 50
Yeah.
2 years ago. No, he's one of the best Mike linebackers ever played. I don't care how old that guy was. He was a beast.
So does that make the 50?
I mean, a little bit of deer antler spray can help out anybody.
Oh.
So,
Get a little giddy up.
so a big drive coming up here for Enterprise. Now down 17-14, and this game living up to the hype. 15 versus 16 in Northern California. The Bulldogs number 16, Enterprise 15, and we got our barn burner, baby.
Go back and forth game between these two.
Oh,
Love how so many lead changes too. Vacaville took it with the 7 with touchdown.
It's just awesome to have football finally back. Starts on Fridays, baby. Actually, Thursdays now in the NFL. Get a little Friday night lights action.
Don't tell her that.
Perea has it, 25, and he is taken down at the 30. Nice play made by DeAndre Lewis.
Just a little hurt from that Thursday night game, being a Steelers fan.
You're a Steelers fan?
No, I'm a Steelers fan. 12th man was the refs this night.
So 2:56 left. Look at that. We're going to get a little nerdy here. We got some little debate partner action going on here.
Yep. Got my old debate partner Dylan Kent here.
How bad were you guys?
We were great.
Oh,
A lot of room to run for the quarterback. Nice job there. Justin Abney finally getting out in some space and showing why he was their leading receptions guy last year. And also, I believe he had right around 500 yards rushing last year, maybe a little more.
Around 450, so we'll round up for you, so around 500.
I talked to Coach Trubla about why he was the quarterback this year, and he said he simply won the job.
Wow.
He just won the job.
Abney rolling out. And he gets taken down after a gain of 2. And
Marquise
once again,
Pratcher.
he's having himself a pretty good game.
Yeah, we expected Reed Ramirez to start, but we're seeing a lot more Marquise Pratcher in this game.
And Joe talked about it early. I mean, Vacaville's going to keep rotating guys, and they're all stepping up, making plays here early on. So 2nd and 8, shotgun. Justin Abney, Isaiah Matthews just to his left. Matthews gets a rocket. He is hit for a loss of 1. White Falconer there, along with
And this
Malik
is a new
Walker.
defensive
I get those guys mixed
Yeah,
up. I want to say Michael. I've been saying it a lot, but Malik Walker, guy I brought up early, making a nice play there.
Here's the trick. Malik has 2 numbers. Michael has 1 number.
I'm not going to be able to remember that.
Okay.
Come on. Who do you think I am, all right? Come on. Come on, man. So a big 3rd down right here for Enterprise and Vacaville's defense, 3rd and 8. Airs it out. Got a man. And nice job once again, Mr. Burke.
He's everywhere today.
And right there, it looked like Justin Abney just threw it a little too late there, had a little bit of space there, but Burke, very good speed, able to
Catch up
recoup.
to that ball. Yeah.
This is also a new defensive look for Vaca High. They're used to running the 4 front, 3 back, 3 linemen. I asked Coach Pop why. He says, offenses are changing this year. Why not change defense?
So a nice kick. Takes a nice hop. This one fielded by Harris. And we're going to get a penalty on Vacaville. So no matter what he does here, it's coming back.
don't
Still
fumble.
going, baby.
Yeah.
Finally taken down.
Just don't fumble.
And I missed who made the penalty, but I don't like the fact that after he saw the flag go, he just took the play off.
Yeah.
I mean, you can end up having your punt returner get hurt right there if you don't keep your block going.
Yeah, just get him nailed on the blind side. That's how
Yeah.
people get hurt all the
You
time.
definitely never want to take a play off. That's one big thing about football. If you take a play off, your partner can get hurt, you can get hurt. That's the big key about football. Never take
You
a
don't
play
want to
off.
get your head put in a swivel.
No.
Yep.
So coming back, and with this moving back, most likely inside their own 10, get to halftime.
Yeah. Just don't turn the ball over here because you do not want to give that Enterprise offense a short field with a minute left in the game.
So once again, you're checking out the Solano College Sports Network. 17-14, Vacaville lead here, 2nd quarter. Minute 16 left here in the 2nd quarter. Probably see Vacaville just take a few knees, get to halftime up by a field goal. And
If I'm Enterprise right now, I'm trying to get a safety. You're that close to the end zone, it's safety time, boy.
Enterprise only, they still have 2 timeouts left here. Moore has it outside, and he has hit him easily. And Nick Thomasine there on the stop. And it's a kid that's had over, 150 tackles each year the last 2 seasons?
Yep. So he must like pie because 314 career, 3.14.
You just got all the math skills today, don't
Hey,
you?
yeah, math's my thing.
What's pi?
3.141516. I don't know.
I was thinking some sugar, some apple, a little bit of pumpkin.
I'm allergic to all that.
Caramel
I
apple.
got a lot of food allergies. I can't have eggs.
That's
so-
right. You can only eat a
Yeah.
few things. That's
Yeah.
right. So under 40 seconds to go. Vacaville just trying to run the clock down. Moore, take it down.
Oh,
Izzy Matthews there on the stop, and Enterprise timeout, and smart to do. You want to force Vacaville to punt from their own end zone, as there goes one of our spotting boards.
and that was a great read by Izzy Matthews on the end, reading that he was going out the middle and coming down hot.
So what do you think they're talking about in this timeout? Trying to force a turnover here on 3rd down?
They're just trying to stop the clock right now, force a turnover on defense, and just take a knee probably on offense.
And always, too, you don't want to ever punt from your own end zone, especially the back part of the end zone. And they got a chance if Enterprise can get a stop right here. They're going to force Vacaville to punt. They still have one timeout in their back pocket.
You never know what can happen on a snap, especially with a long snapper.
We might have a Troy Polamalu situation where he jumps over the line.
Hey,
I love me some Polamalu.
I wouldn't put it past Izzy Matthews to do something crazy like
Yeah.
I wouldn't
leap
either.
over a-
I could very well see Izzy Perea, and I also see the quarterback / corner do that also. With Justin Abney. I mean, they've got a lot of athletic freaks, and also the tight end, too, is an absolute stud, Alexander Taladino. And it's funny because 5 of the 6 players for Enterprise were ranked in the top 6 players to watch this year in the northern section.
Wow.
So they're the top team in the northern section, and really it's not even close. I mean, they dominate the northern section. Kane Cunningham gets the carry.
Good job by Cunningham by keeping that ball close to him, not letting anyone get their hands inside and strip it.
That was my mistake. They're out of timeouts, so I got to trust our scoreboard. Guys and ladies over there killing it, and that's going to get us to half. So real quick, what impressed you, Brian, in the first half?
Well, just really the speed for Enterprise of Izzy Matthews, Izzy Perea, giving them 14 points on the board. And for Vacaville, really showing that they can pass the ball, not only running the ball.
And
that's what gives them
Joe,
the lead.
what's the mindset going into the second half? What are they preaching here at half?
If I'm back high, I'm preaching defense, 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 keep that score and keep the ball in our offensive hands. If I'm on Enterprise, I'm thinking get that ball in the end zone as fast as you can so this Vaca High team cannot get on offense.
All right, boys, it's halftime. Time to get some food. We will be back for the second half kickoff here on Solano College Sports Network.
Solano Community College transformed my life.
And gave me the opportunities I needed to succeed.
I received the same university caliber education.
Without the pressures of debt holding me back. Affordable and flexible. I fulfilled my undergraduate classes.
Getting to the information I truly have a passion for.
The decision to attend SCC empowered my future.
And made my dream of attending Yale University a reality. Solano Community College, the educated choice.
Hey everybody, Stosh Zamora here with the Solano College Sports Network. I'm talking to you today about this 3rd Annual Golf Invitational Tee Off for Athletics. It's on Friday, October 3rd at Hidden Brook Golf Course in Vallejo. The proceeds of this golf tournament will be going to all the Solano Community College sports teams to help them out throughout their seasons. And it's $150 for the golfers. That includes your green fees, the golf cart, lunch, and dinner. And for you non-golfers that just want to come for lunch and dinner, it'll be $65. If you have any questions, go ahead and contact Kurt Johnston. You can email him at kurt.johnston@solano.edu, or you can give him a call at 707-864-7177. So make sure you practice up, because you know I am. 4.
And we are back, baby. Time for some second half action. And guys, this game has definitely lived up to the hype through the first 24 minutes.
Two very similarly matched teams, with Enterprise and Vacaville being very run-oriented offenses, but we've seen both quarterbacks throw the ball deep down the field.
I was just about to key on that right after you. How both teams are good running teams, and they're both throwing the ball. That just shows you how the run defense is stopping them.
And Enterprise done a good job, balanced offense. They've been throwing a lot, but when they get inside the red zone, get it to 2-4. 2 rushing touchdowns for Isaiah Matthews in the first half. But so far through this year, Vacaville's pass defense hasn't been the best. Of course, last week they went up against 4-star junior quarterback Ian Book for Oak Ridge. He was 18 out of 24, 249 yards, 3 TDs, and he's already drawn interest from a lot of Pac-12 teams. So they went up against a very tough quarterback last week and a totally different type of quarterback this week with Justin Abney, a guy that can do it both ways, a very good dual-threat QB.
Yeah, allowing 75% completion percentage for a quarterback is pretty unacceptable for a defense. And Abney's a different style. You know, you have to respect his athletic ability. So when he rolls out on those bootlegs, you kind of have to guard in so he doesn't run right past you.
If Abney does go to college, I don't see him as a quarterback, but I see him as an athlete, probably playing safety, maybe some cornerback, not quarterback, because he's not the tallest guy, but he is definitely a great athlete.
He reminds me a lot of DeSoto's quarterback that's now at TCU, Desmond Wyatt. He was arguably the best quarterback in the country last year as a senior for DeSoto. They're in the top 10 in the nation in all of high school football. They lost the heartbreaker to Allen and Kyler Murray. And Kyler Murray, I think, is the best high school football player in the country. 29-0 as a starter. Back-to-back 5A D1 state crowns in Texas. Arguably the toughest division in all of playoffs. And you know what is Texas, baby.
Everything's bigger.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we are set for the second half. Enterprise will get the rock first. Izzy Perea standing at his own 10. And if this kid gets in some open space, watch out. Filled it at the 10. Perea trying to find a seam, and he is taken down at the 30, so that is where they will start their first possession here in the second half.
Great discipline by the Vacaville special teams, not getting out of the lanes with the speedy Perea coming right at him.
Staying right in their lanes the whole way down, picking up where he was going and taking them down.
And you look at both these teams, they both had a lot of success. Vacaville, of course, 2 Sac Joaquin section championships since 2006, 1 in 06 and also in 2011. Back in 2011, they knocked off Folsom 39-35, and Folsom's really been the top team in the Sac Joaquin section over the last 5-6 years. Abney taken off outside, and an outstanding tackle made right there for the Bulldogs.
Mari Johnson upends Justin Abney there on the quarterback keeper.
That was a good read option, but that was a great job by the Vaca High's defensive line, recognizing it and picking it up.
And you can tell both these teams are well coached. I mean, both defenses have stuck in their lanes, good containment, not allowing anything to bounce outside. Abney throws it out in the flat. Perea, shake and bake. First down to the 41.
Marquise Pratcher with the tackle. He calls his name a couple different times in the first half. Continues his hot streak on the second half.
Oh, yeah. That's what you want as a wide receiver, is a one-on-one coverage so you can get it down the lane.
And a good job by Abney. Got that ball out quick, allowed Perea in open space. Anytime you get any open space for number 6, this kid, he's fun to watch.
Perfect rhythm to that play.
So 1st and 10 at their own 41. Matthews, and picks up maybe a yard.
It's like Christian Carmichael stopped him from gaining any yards, and that's no easy feat with Izzy Matthews.
Oh, yeah. Izzy Matthews is a threat for them. And that was a great job by Vacaville line, again coming in and taking them down.
Yeah, you don't see Izzy Matthews get taken down a lot in one-on-one situations.
What is really surprising me right now is how Vaca High is staying back on number 6 instead of pushing forward on him and calling that a great one-on-one coverage.
Roll out. And this one's about a couple of yards, make it 3 yards short of the first down. So that'll bring up about a 3rd and 4.
That's Keaton Voorhees with the catch. We called his name a couple different times.
Yeah,
I guess converted quarterback is.
And he's really the guy that got them their second touchdown, got them inside the red zone, and Izzy Matthews took over after that. So a big 3rd down right here to start off the second half.
3rd and manageable, so you don't know whether they're going to pass or they're going to run here.
I think they're going to try and find Perea in the flat here.
We haven't called Alex Taladino since the first quarter. Maybe he gets a ball right here.
And they run the jet sweep, kind of, and he is right at midfield, and he's going to be about a half yard short, I believe. They're getting ready to move the first down sticks. Not so fast.
So Caden Rollier, the backup running back with the little jet sweep.
That was a great block by Franklin and Bertru on the end.
I knew you were going to be watching those offensive linemen. I knew it.
I'm always watching those big guys. Always got to give them some love, too.
So you got 4th and 1, and I agree with the crowd on this side. I think it was a bad spot, right at midfield. But right here, you got to think 2-4 is getting the rock.
I do believe so.
I think read option right here.
Maybe big play.
Matthews has it. He is stuffed in the backfield. Vacaville takes over in Enterprise territory. Big time 4th down stop.
Huge play by Michael Walker, the middle linebacker. That was vital because we knew, they knew 24 was getting the ball for a one-on-one stop. We saw in the first half, it takes 2 to 3 people to take down Matthews. For an open field tackle like that is pretty impressive.
But also you have to watch, number 66 took the play off, and that just got the back ID in there to take him down too.
And maybe we'll see Pop get a little crazy right here. You got a 1st and 10, big stop here.
Yeah.
Maybe a little play action. Look for Dulon deep here.
Yeah, catch him off guard. Dulon Stevens already touchdown in back-to-back weeks. Not unheard of, I don't believe.
So as usual, Hecking comes out under center, kind of that wing T offensive set. And they run the sweep. A lot of room to run, and
Izzy Matthews grabs
Harris
him by the jersey.
taken down.
Tackle and everything.
Pick up 4, 2nd and 6.
Stop made by Nick Thomasine.
Kind of got distracted there by Reed Ramirez's shoes. His first action in the game with the neon kicks going on.
And he's a guy they thought would, kind of be an impact guy this year, getting a chance to start here on both offense and defense. Hecking, rolling out, wants it deep, throws it, overthrown, and he's trying to hit his tight end, Zach Myers. And he had him open, too, just a little overthrown.
A little overthrown for the 6'1 Myers, which is hard to do, but, yeah, definitely a little too much arm on that last pass.
So 3rd and 6, what are you dialing up here, Joe?
I'm going with another run play here. Probably a sweep right here, probably. That's what the Vaca High team has been doing when they're 3rd down or distance. Go for the sweep.
They've been running behind Mendenhall and Bird lately.
Stevens setting up the screen. Cunningham with a nice block, but nice job to make the tackle short of the first down. A flag on the play as Max Ostendorf there on the tackle. This might be a chop block below the knees here on Vacaville. So interesting situation right here for Enterprise. You decline it, 4th down situation, or you probably accept it here, push them back, a 15-yard penalty, I believe. So
with the Vacaville offense being pretty much run-oriented, 3rd and 21 sounds a lot better than 3rd and 6, and field position matters, as we've seen in the first half.
Yeah, I can see Vacaville finding a way to pick up a 4th and 4, but it's going to be hard for them to get 21 yards on 3rd down.
I see him running screen right here.
See if they can maybe get
So it looks like
the speedy 6, DeMonte Moore, in some space here. See if he can maybe break one. But a big penalty on Vacaville. So in high school football, it's only a 10-yard penalty, so that'll make it 3rd and 17. I just learned something new right there, too.
I did, too. You'd think a chop block would be 15, but high school knees aren't as experienced, apparently.
As you get a look at Reed Ramirez right there. Play action, Hecking. Airs this one out, and he had Reed Ramirez, but underthrown, 4th down.
Had 2 receivers in that area. DeMonte Moore was going deep. Reed Ramirez was running a little curl route. Hecking just underthrows.
A good job, Enterprise defense, able to kind of force Hecking to throw that one a little earlier than he wanted.
Disrupt the rhythm of the play.
Yeah, you always want to put pressure on that quarterback. More pressure on the quarterback makes him scared, and they throw balls like that.
So Hecking will kick this one deep, and I believe that's Justin Abney, the quarterback there, to field the punt.
That it is.
Hecking with a nice punt, a lot of hang time, takes a Vacaville bounce, picked up. Abney just goes out of bounds. So outstanding punt for the male punter of the year last year, Chad Hecking.
I'm sure that's proudly displayed on his mantle, punter.
And hey, the Hecking's got some nice genes. His older brother, former Vacaville star, now playing at Nevada.
Oh yeah, his brother is big dude, and you look at Hecking, he's kind of skinnier looking.
Still
But
6'4".
Yeah, they're both 6'4", and they're both great athletes. Can't deny that.
And Hecking made a couple of nice plays in the game I was watching a couple weeks ago for Nevada. Vacaville's had a lot of good players here. And a guy I really enjoyed watching was Quincy Forte, now balling up at Eastern Washington. And you see that red field, you know Quincy Forte's playing. And they run this one.
So Caden
And
Rollier
the backup running back taken down.
He's getting a couple more carries. Maybe spelling Izzy Perea.
You got to keep Izzy Matthews fresh here and keep those legs fresh as we're at the 7:50 mark here, third quarter. Vacaville up 17-14. You are checking out the Solano College Sports Network. We will be bringing you all the Vacaville home games this year.
And as you were talking about earlier about the Vaca High team, having players going off outside of Vacaville and competing.
Say give this one up the gut. That looked like that was Matthews on the carry and no gain.
Can't forget about the Super Bowl participating Kevin DeVan, who is the guard for Peyton
Kyle
Manning.
DeVan, right?
Kyle
Yeah.
DeVan, sorry. Kyle DeVan, who was the guard for Peyton Manning in that Super Bowl game. It was too bad that they got lost. But Kyle DeVan now is in Oregon coaching the line.
Wow. The more you know, folks.
And Vacaville's had a lot of very good players here under Coach Pop, and even before that. So, 3rd down and 5. Abney chucking it deep. And Jonathan Burke, nice play to bat that one down. A little underthrown as he was trying to hit Max Austin Dorf out of the backfield.
I thought he had it the whole way.
And nice job, Jonathan Burke. He's got great recovery speed, got kind of burned a little bit, but able to recover and knock that one down. A little underthrown, too. I mean, if he airs that one out a little more, and we might have seen a big-time touchdown right there.
That was definitely a big play possibility there.
So good job by the Vacaville defense. Should get good field position here. And this one goes off the side of his foot, and Vacaville's going to start this drive inside the Enterprise 30.
I'm waiting for that play fake on the punt team.
They're definitely lining up in the formation to try and trick the Vacaville Bulldogs. If they're not in a certain situation where they are covering the punt, they're definitely going to run a trick play.
And that one doesn't go down as a turnover, but it pretty much is. You allow Vacaville to have good field position here.
When your net punt is around 10, 15 yards, it's definitely not a punt anybody would want on the team.
So I think
now you're on your own 50.
Yeah.
Or inside
your 30. It's
30.
exactly on the 30.
Right at the 30. Hecking. See if maybe we get 6 going here. See if Vacaville tries to run the rock a little bit. They give it to Kane. Nowhere to go. Eaten up in the backfield. Thomasine there on the stop. And this kid really one of the best defensive players in all of California.
Great swim move by number 68, Burke. And he just got through and that great tackles for.
I love it, man. You're just watching those trenches right there, baby.
You gotta give them love. They're always down there working their ass butt saw.
Good catch. Good catch, baby. Yep. 3rd and 11. Hecking gives it to Moore, trying to get it outside. And he is taken down. Big time hit, baby. The ball came out, and I believe he was ruled down, but it's always nice when your quarterback can come in and deliver a hit like that. Justin Abney delivering the blow there.
Absolutely upending DeMonte Moore.
And that's not a good sign for Bulldogs fans as he got hit right on the hip, it looked like, and he is down in pain.
That's nothing you want to see in high school football.
Never want to see a man down. Kids have a lot of career ahead of them. You never want to see someone hurt in a high school football game. I felt it before, and it is a tragic loss.
And hopefully it's just maybe got the wind knocked out of him
Yeah.
or something like that.
As he was upended, landed kind of hard on his back.
Hopefully it's
And
just a
he's-
sprain. Or
Yeah.
He's getting up. I didn't realize he had the blonde kind of frohawk going.
Yeah.
I like it. What's better, that or Hecking's mullet?
I like.
Going-
I'm gonna go with Moore's mohawk there.
You get a
I'll
look
go
at
with-
Michael Walker in the background too, I believe, and he's rocking the same hair.
Oh, when you look good, you feel good,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
That's the old adage.
And he's able to limp off a little bit, so
gonna
Vacaville
go-
definitely needs him later on in this one.
Yep.
I'm going to go with Hecking's hairstyle because his brother did just win the best hair in college football. So he has to have a little bit.
He's got to match Big Bro, right?
Yeah.
Can I write a fill-in ballot for Reed Ramirez's shoes? His neon.
No, he can't.
No? Okay.
Nah, of course. So Enterprise,
Ramirez.
big-time defensive plays here on 1st and 2nd down, forcing a 3rd and 15 after Vacaville started at the Enterprise 30. Big 3rd down right here.
Look for Dulon Stevens on the outside.
Hecking, setting up the screen. And this one goes through the fingertips, and there's also a penalty in the backfield.
A little high for Davion Harris, only 5'7" halfback.
So wait and see what the penalty is. And it's kind of thrown in that area of holding. And you probably see Enterprise decline the penalty.
Yep, indeed. They do decline it.
4th and 15. And see if Hecking can maybe get a punt inside the 10. Right here, probably too far to go for it here. I mean, in the NFL, this is that you probably go
Yeah.
for it or kick a long field goal in this situation. But in high school football, tough to get 4th and 15 and way too long for a field goal attempt.
Be about a 52-yard attempt, so Chad Hecking out there to punt the ball away.
Standing at his own, or the Enterprise 49. High short kick. And it takes a Vacaville hop. And that one is finally stopped inside the 5. Looks like it's right at the 1-yard
Yeah,
line. So
good decision by Coach Papadopoulos in punting
got the
ball.
perfect bounce.
Yeah.
Great bounce.
Guess Hecking knew what he was doing with that high kick.
So right here, you bring in the house, try and get a safety if you're Vacaville's D.
Oh, yeah. Always bringing the house. I would go with that forefront like I was talking about earlier. That guy does have a good forefront.
It's always nice when you got 2-4 in the backfield, can really carry the pile. You never see him get driven backwards.
And you see Nick Thomasine coming in from the bench.
Just follow 11, baby.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they do go off number 66, Cummins, because he did have a mess up, and they're going to give him a redemption here.
Matthews gets it and picks up a couple. So a little more breathing room for Enterprise.
Got to be wary of a big play here because Enterprise has a lot of speed with Izzy Perea and Justin Abney. How many times have you seen 97-yard run because everybody's up in the box? Not too often, but.
Now once you get to that second level, though,
Yeah.
I mean. Matthews again, and he is hit right at the line of scrimmage. Outstanding play made there by Luke Andrachek.
Very impressive form tackling by Vacaville tonight.
That was some good form tackling for Vacaville. And way to find out where the ball was going and to swarm around it.
Yeah, both these teams well coached. I mean,
Yeah.
as Bill Belichick says, do your job. And these guys are doing it. So 3rd and 9 at their own 2-yard line. And as you touched on earlier, I mean, a guy they really haven't got involved on offense is a big tight end, Alex Taladino. See if maybe they give him a look right here. Play action. Abney throws it up for grabs, and this one is overthrown.
And he was hit hard there by number 45.
Marquise Pratcher once again making a big play, pressuring Justin Abney, causing that overthrow.
Well, we've been calling his name a lot.
Yeah, and they try to get to Alex Taladino against John Burke, but Pratcher makes a big play, and now Enterprise has to punt within their own end zone. And
yeah, you'll see Justin Abney standing close to the back end line.
And if it's another 10, 15-yard punt.
And this time it looks like they're going with Matthews to punt this one. A little bit of stronger leg, and especially after we saw the last punt from Abney. Matthews bounces at the 39 and takes really no roll for either squad. So Vacaville's going to start in Enterprise territory for the second consecutive possession here in the second half. 4:19 left here, third quarter. You're checking out Solano College Sports Network. We are going to be bringing you all the Vacaville home games this year. And once again, you can check those out on Channel 27, I believe, in Vacaville.
Yeah,
and those games will be on at 6 p.m. We're going to try and get that 6 p.m. slot on Saturdays. And also Channel 28 for the Fairfield Cable Access channel.
The Think channel?
Think TV.
Think TV.
That's what it is.
New collaboration.
I guess I should do
TV.
what the network's called.
Yeah.
First and 10, Hecking under center.
We just got to think about it.
Fake it inside, bounce it out. Harris. No gain.
It's very tough to run side to side with this fast corners that Justin Abney and Izzy Pereira.
And you know what the coaches were preaching here at halftime? Defense, 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 just exactly what you touched on right before we went to half.
And that was a great job by Matthews, tracking him down, coming from the right side of the field to the left side of the field to make the tackle.
Izzy Matthews is off the field on this play, so
I guess he's got to get a break every once in a while.
he is on the ground.
They go up the gut. Kane Cunningham breaks some tackles, turns on the speed, and he is finally taken down inside the 10-yard line. Big-time run for Kane Cunningham.
That is a redemptive run for Kane Cunningham. Fumbling earlier in the game when he busted off a big run. He's holding on to the rock this time.
Ain't gonna get mad at me, but you gotta give some love to those linemen.
I love it. I love it.
Block there.
Yeah.
Hey, they need some love too.
Yeah, all the time.
It looks like on the sideline, Izzy Matthews is cramping up. They're
Nice sign to see too for Vacaville. DeMonte Moore back in action.
That is great to see.
Moore inside the 5, taken down right around the 2-yard line.
So they give
Second
him
and
the ball
goal.
right away just to regain some confidence that he's all right.
I think it's 2-4 time right here. He's the big bruiser. More the elusive back. This is like kind of Reggie Bush, Joy Bell-esque right here.
He had a touchdown last week as well, rushing, so.
Yeah, the game, well, not tying touchdown, but it cut it to
Potentially
24-23.
yes. Potentially tying touchdown.
Pop elected to go for 2. Moore, and he's stuffed.
56, Jesse Franklin in on the tackle, as well as 28, Alex Taladino.
And Moore had trouble in this area for that 2-point conversion last week.
Not a big guy, 5'9", 165, really elusive.
And I would love to find the replay. I tried to find it on Huddle, which is the high school spot to get all the highlights from, and they didn't have it up. So I wanted to see it.
I won't be surprised here if they go to a fake to Ramirez.
Hecking takes it himself. Waiting. See what the officials do. And he is in for the touchdown. Chad Hecking takes it himself for 6.
Little assist from the big guys there, huh? Because he got stuffed right up the middle, but his offensive line.
Probably picked him up and threw him in.
With that 6'4" frame.
Refs are.
Controversy on the call?
They're discussing it.
I don't see a yellow
There's a flag on the field, looks like.
I can't see. You got the eyes of us 3.
Yeah.
Oh, ref picked up the flag.
He's the Falcon up here with those eyes.
So I believe it was after the touchdown, though, so the touchdown stands.
So Chad Hecking celebrating his
Come on, take the helmet off, Chad.
second rushing touchdown of the year.
Oh, I'll have a talk with him this week, Blake. There we go.
There we go. Look at that.
And he's got the old school headband. What's that Will Ferrell basketball movie?
I was thinking Jim McMahon from
Okay, yeah, right, yeah.
Rocking
Is he going to do the little shuffle?
the Vacaville shuffle?
Is it semi-pro?
Semi-pro,
yes.
yeah.
I like the McMahon comparison better, though. So Enterprise will take the extra 15 yards on the kickoff.
And P.A.T. Patel with the point after attempt.
So 23-14. Patel trying to make it 24. Kick is up and good. 3 for 3 for Patel as it's 24-14 Vacaville. And a bit impressed with Patel also. I mean, 3 for 3 extra points should be easy, but also a nice 30-yard field goal in this one. And 30-yard field goals are never easy in high school football.
Yeah, if you can find confidence in a high school kicker, that is just yet another offensive weapon for Coach Pop to use.
Sometimes high schools actually go to the soccer practices and steal a kicker just to have a good kicker.
Yeah. Do what you got to do to get some points on the board. So you see Enterprise huddling up. Really, Vacaville coming out to a double-digit lead.
You get a look at the Jim McMahon look-alike, Chad Hecking right there, baby. It's going to be a big drive for Enterprise, and they should get good field position here as Vacaville will be kicking this one from their own 25.
Let's see if Vacaville stays disciplined like they've been doing all day on these kickoffs.
The ball's a little deeper now, so do you see them kicking it farther? Because they've been squid kicking this whole time.
I squib it still. I don't want to see Izzy Perea with the rock in his hands. I mean, this kid, he can break at any time.
And it'll be a very show of confidence for his defense if he squib kicks it. And even if they have good field position, have confidence that his defense can stop the Izzy's and Enterprise.
Vacaville's defense has really been the story here in the second half. So they fair catch called, Thomasine. So Enterprise will start at the 38. Good field position for the Hornets. And Enterprise, I mean, all they've done is won the last couple of years. Last year, impressive 13-1 record, and they went through all of Northern California playoffs, still undefeated, and the only loss was to Chaminade. Anytime you're going up against a guy like Brad Kaya, who's now a D1 starting quarterback as a true freshman, that's very tough.
At the U.
But what an experience. These guys got to go down to L.A. and play in the Division II CIF championship. For California, it's a big-time hit in the backfield.
And a lot of these seniors now were juniors then on that team. So really, Darren Trueblood has built his program off young players. Having those juniors have that experience only makes them better for this year.
And Trueblood in his 12th year, 90-40 overall record. And he's done an outstanding job with this Enterprise team. And, of course, Enterprise out in Redding, California. Second down. Nice catch, falling down.
Is Perea losing his footing there?
I did ask Trueblood, is there any pressure from last year transitioning to this year? He said none at all.
And you also touched on the traveling thing. What do you have to say about that, too?
He says we traveled before. He said this isn't the first time we ever traveled, and we'll keep traveling if we have to.
So it looks like that experience going down to L.A. 2-hour drive down here to beautiful Tom Zanino Stadium. That's no big deal for these Enterprise Hornets.
So big third down upcoming Enterprise. And not only if they score, but they got to give their defense a little bit of rest here. And, of course, a lot of these guys play both ways, too.
Yeah.
But
9 starters on offense or 9 starters on defense.
And this one is incomplete. Tried to get it to his tight end, Taladino, and not the most accurate throw from Justin Abney. So 4th and 5. What are you doing if you have the coaching set on here, Joe? You going for it?
Go for it. You're down by 10. This is high school. This is not NFL.
Yeah.
You need to get it.
And Abney punts this one away. A nice kick. No one back to field it for Vacaville. Rolls inside the 20. And Perea is going to mark it dead at the 14. So we know what Vacaville is going to dial up right here. Run, run, run. Right now the clock's your best friend. He's got a flag on the play.
Flag on the play.
Yes.
And if you're Coach Pop, you're loving this, you want to re-kick.
Oh, yeah.
Because we've seen Abney squib a couple, so that was a pretty good punt by Abney, getting it inside the 20-yard line.
A lot of penalties in this one. And it's early in the season. You're going to see that a lot.
Even for the most disciplined teams, there's some early mistakes from both teams. Really hasn't cost either side yet, but it's a close game. There you can see a shot of number 54, the injured Taylor Emanuel, the junior tackle / defensive tackle.
You're seeing a little bit of frustration in Enterprise right now, too, with not getting their calls they want their way.
Well, Darren Trueblood is really putting a lot of faith in his defense to stop Vaca High's offense and get the ball back to their explosive offense.
I would, too. With the rankings they have for defense, I would always trust this.
And Pop elects to just tack on the 10 yards, so they'll start this drive at their own 25. First possession they've had in their own territory. Previous 2 possessions started at the Enterprise 30, and then the Enterprise 48 scored on they had a 48-yard drive. Last time around, Moore gets it, nowhere to go. So we're getting close to the under 1 minute mark, and a late flag thrown by the side judge.
It looks like it's going to be against Vacaville.
Trying to get a personal foul here on the Bulldogs.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
So that'll back it up.
Going back.
And just a mental mistake once again for Vacaville here.
And just as I say, broadcaster's jinx, when no penalty is really cost either team, they get an unsportsmanlike call.
And the worst thing about that one is the down counts, I believe. Actually,
yeah,
no.
Because
They still have first down on the marker, but I believe I thought it was after the play.
So it should be second down, but.
And I think he just switched it back to
Okay.
2.
This is the time where I do see Enterprise trying to get that safety, maybe rushing a little bit more than usual.
And even right here, I mean, you just don't want to allow any big plays, force a punt from deep in their own end zone, and at the worst, get good field position.
Look for Alex Taladino on the rush, who had 7 sacks last year for the Hornets defense.
And Nick Tolson was also there too.
Cunningham, nowhere to go. Taladino there at first, but Nick Thomasine there to finish off.
Really good job by the running back not to get that ball stripped out. A turnover here would be huge for the Enterprise Hornets.
Yeah, I've been very impressed with Thomasine and Izzy Matthews here today. I mean, they're really living up to the hype.
They're absolutely dominant physically. They're imposing their will on the Vacaville offense, and really, they're the 2 names that we keep calling over and over to make plays when Enterprise really needs one.
So third down, but the clock's going to run out here in the third quarter, so Vacaville will walk to the other side of the field for a 3rd and long. And I believe we got a commercial upcoming here, so we will be right back for the start of the 4th, baby.
Thank you for giving us this great opportunity to play high school football. Promise to run hard, hit hard, tackle hard, and play hard. We will play this game like men.
So Vacaville 12 minutes away from getting their first win here in 2014, but a long way to go. 3rd and long upcoming, and if Enterprise can get a big stop right here, get a chance to get the rock back with a lot of time here in the 4th quarter.
The 4th quarter does feel like the longest quarter in the game. You are tired, you want that win, and it does drag on, it feels like.
Both teams still have all 3 TOs.
Maybe a big factor in this game as we talk about rosters.
Oh yeah, there is some depth on that guy's roster.
3rd and 27. They just hand it off to Harris. Picks up a few. 4th and long coming up for I almost said the Falcons, for the Bulldogs.
The Bulldogs.
All those Solano games we've done here at Solano College Sports Network. Hopefully they'll be getting football back here in the next couple of years.
Hopefully. But we thank Vaca High for their hospitality here at Tom Zanino Stadium and allowing us to do their games for them.
So Hecking standing in his own end zone. Abney standing right at midfield. Hecking with a nice high kick.
Beautiful.
Goes over the head of Abney, and it takes a Vacaville bounce all the way to the 22-yard
That was a big kick
line.
going from their own end zone to the 20-yard line.
Huge punt by Chad Hecking.
Hey, math guy, how long was that? He kicked it from his own 8-yard line.
8-yard line, so that'd be 42 yards to the 50. And then where did it land?
It's right at the 22.
Right at the 22, so that'd be an additional 28. So 60-yard punt.
Boom.
There you go, baby.
And that's why he was the Mel punter of the year. Of course, not M-A-L-E, M-E-L, the Monticello Empire League.
Like Kaipa. Let me tell you about Chad Hecking and his punting ability. It's amazing.
We can't stop this guy. Give him some peanuts, and he just goes crazy.
Sorry.
I liked it, though. It was funny. 1st and 10, on 22.
Got to give credit to Frank Caliendo. I basically ripped off that impression from him.
And my favorite was the Morgan Freeman practice. Nice fake. And Abner picks up a couple. And Abney's been able to get out in space a couple of times, but Vacaville's done a good job kind of containing the outside, not really allowing them to shake and bake.
Looks like Jeremiah Lamau is hurt. He came in for offense to be a big fullback, and he's limping off the field. Maybe a head, shoulder injury. Getting checked out by the trainers.
So let's see if they get Izzy Matthews going. This one tipped, and this one is intercepted.
That is a big factor in this game right now.
DeAndre Lewis picking off the play from after a tip.
Big time INT, and Vacaville's come up with the plays here in the second half.
We talk about so much how crucial momentum is in high school football. After a huge unexpected punt by Chad Hecking, they're starting inside their 30 after a short gain. Turnover.
That was a great job by number 2, Burke, to get his hands up also to knock that ball out.
Burke's been making plays on D all game long.
Making tackles, open field tackles, stopping the run, and we see him on the pass. So.
And that right there, I mean, I would really say that punt was the biggest play out of those two, because who knows what Enterprise would have dialed up if they would have had the ball right around midfield.
Yeah.
Hecking, fakes. Oh, and they were running the halfback sweep. And Harris wanted to throw the rock, and he had a man wide open in the end zone. And I believe it was Reed Ramirez who was running down unscathed.
So a missed opportunity there by the Vacaville Bulldogs.
And we've seen a couple of slips here today.
Yeah, and it's usually around midfield that has been happening. So footing has been an issue here tonight. Could be beginning of the season for the grounds crew too, or maybe it's their cleats.
You know how it is in the early part of the season. Working out the kinks.
Yep.
Hecking, play action. He's got a man. Stevens almost comes up with it, and they do get the flag on the play. And you could just tell that Voorhees just never turned his head back. In the NFL, it's cool, but in high school and college, you can't do that.
That was almost an amazing play by Dulon Stevens, reaching out with his left hand and trying to catch that.
And he made a miraculous touchdown catch last week's game against Oak Ridge.
But
that would have been better, but
but Voorhees clearly was not looking back for the ball. His back was turned, just threw his arms up, trying to stop the completion, but that's going to get PI every time.
Vacaville now getting the chance to close this game out right now with another touchdown.
Possibly Kane Cunningham, what we talked about at the other side of the end zone.
So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's a good penalty. Instead of giving up a touchdown, you give up 15 yards. So now 1st and 10 at the 20.
See, I'm expecting NFL rules, and it'd be put right at the 1.
Sweep. Harris, first down.
Touch.
And he gets in for the touchdown. Tight ropes the sideline, and Vacaville up 30-14.
Untouched.
Davion Harris really proving his worth as a replacement for the Mewbourne Twins, who were so good, each rushing for over 1,000 yards.
And I believe both those guys playing at Sac State now.
I believe so. So Vacaville Bulldogs having success with running game. Replacement Davion Harris. Last week had 84 yards rushing. I believe this is the second touchdown here tonight.
And my mistake, Sac City College.
City, yeah.
You always wonder where Vacaville get these running backs, because there's always loaded in the backfield, no matter what year it is.
And they don't just start in high school. I mean, they have these guys in Pee Wee or Little League football, whatever they call it nowadays, but they start learning the Vacaville system right off the bat. So when these guys are freshmen, they're ready to go, baby.
Oh, yeah. That's not just Vacaville football. That's also with their wrestling and baseball. They get them in the situation of Vacaville wrestling and situation of Vacaville baseball to get familiar with the school and the sport.
And that's a big reason why they've dominated the Monticello Empire League. I mean, a 42-3 record in your own conference for Coach Pop. He's entering his 10th season this year. Just very impressive. And that 26-game winning streak in your conference or in your league, very impressive. And, I mean, you have to go all the way back to 2008 when they lost to Napa. I mean, it's...
I was still in high school, folks. That is a long time ago.
And it's funny, if you look at their record against Mel teams, 6-0 against Rodriguez, who is new to the Mel here in the last few years. Armio, 9-0. Napa 6-3. Those are all 3 losses came to Napa. 9-0 against Vintage, 9-0 against Wilsey Wood. This might be the year Wilsey Wood could compete with Vacaville. And Coach Pop, I mean, this guy has dominated everybody outside of Napa, and he's still done a good job 6-3 against Napa.
We'll put up a fight this year. Guarantee it.
What do you mean wool? You play with both teams.
I'd-
You're on the Wood side? All right.
I can't. I'm not favoring one side. I'm just saying Wood will put up a fight.
Squib kick. I believe that was Taladino who picked it up and was running with the rock.
Yep.
So 9:35 to go. 31-14 lead for the Bulldogs. If you're defense, one thing, just no big plays.
Oh,
Can't-
yep.
yeah.
Keep those safeties alert and keep those corners on those receivers the whole time.
We talked about Izzy Perea a lot in the first quarter, but a lot of the adjustments that Coach Pop made on defense, Izzy Perea has really been silent in these last couple quarters, and he's really a big explosive guy for them.
And even Izzy Matthews has
Yeah.
been quiet. I mean, both the Izzy's, Vacaville's defense done a good job, forced a lot of third and long, second and long situations, kind of forcing the passing game. Trying to find some open space, nowhere to go, and he has taken down maybe a gain of 1.
Malik Walker with the tackle there.
I did
Yeah.
ask Pop how they felt about Izzy Matthews, and he says the boys are excited to play him. A big back coming in Vacaville.
And you know they're excited last week to go against Ian Book, a highly touted, highly recruited quarterback, only a junior. And he kind of shredded Vacaville a little bit last year, but the kid shredded a lot of people during his high school career. He was an absolute stud as a sophomore last season, threw for nearly 2,600 yards and 30 touchdowns for Oak Ridge last season. 2nd and 10. Matthews. Nice move. Shake and bake. 40. And almost eludes Duwan Stevens, but takes it inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 25.
Huge open field tackle by Duwan Stevens. He was gone if he did not make that play. Dove right for the legs of Izzy Matthews. Made a huge play to stop him.
You're just saying, oh, Izzy Matthews quiet, and he comes out with a burst of
He
speed.
heard us.
Got that Zach Pop curse going on.
Oh, it's not the broadcaster's
No.
jinx with all of us, but you're just going to put it on my
Yeah,
shoulders? All right.
Pretty much.
Throw it out in the flat to the other Izzy. Perea, shake and bake. 10, 5, walk it in, baby. Touchdown.
There you go.
Another guy
Broadcaster's curse. That's on me. See, that last one was on you. That one's on me. 'Cause
That shake and bake move
Yeah.
right there. Get out in the flat. Get this kid an open space. See ya.
He's gone as soon as he touched the ball. As soon as he broke that first tackle, nothing but green in front of him. He is very excited being the holder there.
And we touched on no big plays.
Yeah, no
Izzy
big plays.
Matthews, big time run. Izzy Perea takes it to the house.
And all of a sudden, it's a 10-point game again.
So
Falco's
25
probably
yard.
looking for the big deep play, and Enterprise comes in with the run and the swing pass.
So 25-yard touchdown to Izzy Perea. And he made one of the best plays of the year last week. And they're running the fake. And this one is caught. So now it's 31-22, still a two-possession game.
Do not sleep on this Enterprise team. They are coming back right now.
Yeah, Uncle Mo's starting to go back on the squad from Redding, California now. Big-time touchdown, answers back.
So 8:34 left in the game. There's still plenty of time. If they can get a stop and score again, this is a brand-new ball game.
It's going to be important for Vacaville not to get complacent on offense. You see this in the NFL. You see it in college football.
Every
You see it
level.
in any type
Yeah.
of football. You get complacent, things can go downhill quick.
They saw a 17-point lead on the board. Maybe subconsciously, maybe if they don't even think that themselves had let up, but subconsciously you think
Yeah.
you're up 3 scores. We got this in the bag.
Yeah.
Then the Izzy's just torch you, and it's all of a sudden a 9-point game.
You never want to sleep, no matter until the game is over, and even then you don't even want to sleep because you have so
So
much excitement.
you're either
after the
so
game.
excited or total opposite.
Oh yeah.
I guess it might be hard to sleep after a loss, too. I mean, you just keep thinking, if I just would have made this block, if I just would have made that play.
And your adrenaline's still going. It's
How hard is that to switch that off?
Oh, so hard. I come home at 11 o'clock at night, don't go to bed, maybe 1 o'clock in the morning, and then there's film at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
So you only have 5 hours of sleep, and Sunday is football.
And you got to watch out for the onside surprise right here. And they kick this one deep.
25, Cassius Reynolds with the return.
And Reynolds showing his speed, and it gets it close to the 30-yard line.
The sophomore for Vaca High with a return.
And it's rare to see sophomores play on the varsity squad under Coach Pop. I mean, you see a lot of juniors and seniors. You'll get some sophomores coming up, but usually you'll see a lot of juniors and seniors.
I believe he is only one of 2 sophomores on the team. He and then starting tight end Zach Myers.
There's only one time you see a sophomore on Pop's team is if he really believes in that sophomore to be something great. Just like Quincy Crenshaw, he was something that Pop saw since his freshman year, and he came in as a sophomore and took off.
Yeah, Quincy Forte and Melvin Mason, those were 2 of the most elusive running backs. As they get this one, and the ball came out, but I believe the whistle was blown. And Davion Harris, it looked like that might have come out, but you heard the whistle blown, play ruled dead. I thought it was a fumble, to be honest, but.
It was very, very close. But the whistle was blown, so.
When we get the replay, we'll be able to tell.
Yeah, we'll be able to bring that to you to find out definitively.
So instead of a turnover, it's 2nd and 4. And Vacaville doesn't need to score here, but they just got to pick up 2 or 3 first downs, keep that clock going. Moore, stuffed, Izzy Matthews, 3rd down.
If I'm an Enterprise defensive lineman, I am punching that ball as hard as I can and trying to force that turnover so my offense can get back on that field.
So this is a big-time play right here. Enterprise, of course, trying to get that quick 3 and out. Get a lot of time still left. We're at the 7.5-minute mark. Only a 9-point lead for Vacaville. A lot of time. Enterprise, all 3 timeouts in their back pocket. They give this one outside. 1st down and more. And he's got a chance to break this one. And he is finally taken down at the 23-yard line. Davion Harris having himself a 4th quarter.
He's having himself a whole game. That's his 3rd huge play for the Vacaville Bulldogs, breaking off a huge run. Keen Voorhees with the touchdown-saving tackle.
Yeah, he might be the player of the game so far for the Vacaville Bulldogs. Another guy having a big-time game, obviously the quarterback Hecking. But
Yes.
on the other side of the rock, I've been very impressed with Jonathan Burke.
Jonathan Burke has absolutely been all over the field for the Vacaville defense, really setting the tone from the secondary, saying he's going to stop the run and I'm going to stop the pass.
And he's really their defense leader this year for Coach Pob.
Played a lot last year, so a returning starter.
Kane Cunningham, nice spin move. Big-time tackle, Nick Thomasine.
Cool.
Nice gain on 1st down for Kane Cunningham.
Yeah.
That was just a great block also by McAllen.
I like how you always notice that. So 2nd and 1.
How couldn't you notice that? There was a huge hole.
And McCall.
You think I could have ran through that one maybe?
Probably.
Let's not get carried away, actually. So 2nd and 1 for the Bulldogs. We're at the 6:20 mark, just about. Hecking. Rolling out. Eludes pressure, brings it back the other way. We got a lot of green. 1st down and more. Airborne. Went John Elway there, and he is down at the 1-yard line. A little helicopter action for Chad Hecking.
That looks oddly similar to the DeMonte Moore play over on the other side
The
of the
difference
field.
was DeMonte Moore got over the defender.
Chad Hecking can't jump.
You got to remember, you can't jump over a defender either in high school football.
So you can fall over him.
And I can see his eyes just go wide open right when he brought it back the other way. Had a lot of green in front of him.
Mullet flowing in the wind.
But he doesn't have that 4.4 speed DeMonte Moore brings to the table.
You did see that big, nice block by Mendenhall coming back, seeing his quarterback in trouble, and making a big hit on him.
How fun is that for a lineman when you see him bring it back the other way? Time for a crack back block, baby.
Yeah, he doesn't even see it coming.
Cunningham trying to push the pile. And I believe he's a little short. Thomasine, the first guy there. Izzy Matthews also joining the tackling party.
Going to mark him just short of the touchdown.
And he is inches away from the goal line. And that's almost perfect for Vacaville because you keep that clock ticking.
So it gets down to around 5:20.
And this brings back bad memories for Vacaville right here with the football inches short of the goal line as that 2-point conversion fell just short last week for the W. And that would have been a huge win in Oak Ridge. But Vacaville showed they're one of the best teams in Northern California. You go up and play Oak Ridge like that, you're doing work.
And putting that behind them.
Hecking, touchdown, number 2.
Yeah. So we talked about Chad Hecking's big game, his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game, 3rd of the year. And Vaca High brings it back up to a 15-point
Guess
lead.
how many rushing touchdowns he had last year? What's your guess?
8.
What's your guess, Joe?
6.
Times that by 0, and that's what you get. 0 rushing touchdowns last year for Hecking. At least that's what my site says, Max Preps. And also, too, get a chance, go to youtube.com/MaxPrep. Subscribe to our YouTube channel as the extra point is up, and that one is no good. But make sure and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We got a ton of highlights of all the top recruits, top games, top players. We've got you covered. Of course, MaxPreps.com, America's source for high school sports.
And that was the source I used to try and prepare for this game. And, hey, this has been an awesome game between two very evenly matched teams.
Oh, yeah, this has been a great game.
Look at that. You finally get to see us right here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, how's it going?
So 5 minutes, exactly 37-22. So still a two-possession game.
Two-possession game, and they just
missed the extra point.
Yeah, they missed an extra point. They
So
converted 2-point
now
conversion.
you just got to get one more 2-point conversion.
I'm still not counting Enterprise out of this game. I still think they can convert.
They're almost in, I mean, not the same position, but they're still
pretty
only
similar,
down by
yeah.
2 scores.
And remember, the last possession, two big plays. That's all it took for them to
yeah.
score a touchdown.
Yeah, we saw how quick that was. It was the Izzy show. Matthew's like, I got this one. My boy Perea is going to take it to the house. That's the second kind of top play he's had in back-to-back weeks. And the one he had last week was 10 times better than that one, and that was a great touchdown for Perea there.
So he's filling up his reel for colleges.
So, short kick.
Onside kick.
And the ball's loose. Vacaville jumps on it.
Caden Royler.
That's a tough one to say, right?
Yeah.
Number 10.
There's a lot of vowels in a row.
And nice job there. Reynolds able to jump
Cassius
on.
Reynolds. I was thinking Enterprise.
Cassius Reynolds there. And got an injured Vacaville Bulldog on the field. Luke Andrachek.
That's a huge injury if this is anything substantial. He's a starting corner for Vacaville.
And it's not good. Looks like he's pointing down to his knee.
Lower leg injuries.
And those are the worst to see in not just football, but any sport.
Yeah.
And hopefully it's just a cramp maybe.
Yeah, we saw Izzy Matthews having issues with cramping earlier in the game. Hopefully Luke Andrechuk is just a little dehydrated.
You wouldn't be able to tell on the field, though.
All you have to do with cramps is eat bananas in the halftime and drink some Gatorade. Good to go.
Don't want to get your LeBron on out there, right? So, good sign there. You get to see Luke Andrachek able to walk off on his own power. So, 4:58 to go, and that one definitely, I'm not going to say sealed the deal, but it's about 95% probably sealed.
Yeah.
It was definitely a surprising call by Coach Bob. Very aggressive.
And that's probably something he noticed throughout the entire game. And he saw that open space.
I won't be surprised if I see 3 run plays and then game over.
Still got 4:58 left, so Enterprise, all 3 TOs in their back pocket. So got to pick up at least a few first downs. The man of the hour, Harris, breaks it again. One tackler to beat, and he is taken down inside the 5-yard line. What a game for D. Harris.
Davion Harris is absolutely tearing apart this Enterprise Hornets defense with his speed around the outside. The only problem is Perea was able to track him down, somebody equally as fast, but he is getting around those edges and hitting those holes hard.
And again, that was a great block by Mendenhall and Bird on the right side, giving that great big hole for
For Harris.
You're just too busy watching those offensive linemen. You don't watch no skill position players.
So as a lineman, do you start getting into like a rhythm once you start getting a good block and
as you start throughout the game, you start picking up small things that a D tackle will do, and then as on defensive time, you pick up small things that offensive linemen will do. So you always have to change up different moves. Maybe a swim move on defense, maybe picking up that swim move and hitting them in the chest, underneath the shoulder pad when they come over.
You got to give it to D. Harris. Touchdown. He earned it.
Yeah.
Get him the rock.
You break off a big play like that.
Is that 4?
I believe it's 4, right?
3 rushing, 1 receiving.
Yes, he did have that receiving touchdown earlier from Chad Hecking.
He could be our best player of the game.
Oh, it's not even close. He's easily the player of the game here tonight. I mean, he single-handedly took over this 4th quarter.
Yeah.
It's been the Davion Harris show here in the second half.
Who would you give it to? I know you're thinking about one of those big uglies up front, though.
No.
I know it. But the offensive line, though, has really been the story here.
Yeah.
Not just offensive line, but defensive line also, too. I mean, Vacaville has set the tone in the trenches as the extra point is good from
P.A.T. Patel.
But, I mean, Vacaville is just winning the battle in the trenches, and that's been the difference here in the second half. And we talked about the wear and tear here. Vacaville, a ton of bodies. Enterprise, not as many. Is that kind of impacted here in the second half, Joe?
I do believe that it's always impact for Vaca High when they have those bodies in there. And then Enterprise having 9 players going back and forth, it slows them down. Probably not late. Maybe this is too early in the season, but I see later on in the season those players getting used to going both ways, and maybe if the game was later, they would beat Vaca High.
And we got a little bit of time here. So let's look at Vacaville's schedule real quick. At Granite Bay next week, the number 10 team in Northern California. Of course, they're lining up against Cameron Smith, the 4-star senior inside Mike linebacker committed to play for Steve Sarkeesian and the USC Trojans. They're happy that Tony Ellison's gone, though. This guy just totally torched Vacaville, had nearly 300 yards rushing and 5 TDs in 2 games against Vacaville, and he's now playing at the University of Arizona. I believe he's redshirting this year. A lot of talent in Arizona's backfield. And 2 other non-league games at Berkeley versus Lincoln, and that would wrap up the non-conference league. Little squib action. Still rolling. Perea eludes, finds a seam, and finally taken down at the 40. So a nice return from Perea. All right, guys, so next week, Granite Bay. The week after, next game we'll be doing against Lincoln. All right, so there's one player in the NFL who played at Oregon State last year who played for Lincoln Stockton. Can you name me that player?
That played at Oregon State. Wait, Oregon State?
Up in Corvallis. He now plays with the New Orleans Saints.
Brandon Cooks?
Yes, sir. Book it. And the year he had last year up in Corvallis was off the charts.
The year he's going to have this year is
got his man.
Keaton Voorhees.
First down.
Enterprise not giving up in this game.
Well, you can't. I don't think any.
It's not in True Blood's mindset.
Yeah.
No, you're going to keep playing all. Look at this math. I can't even do it. 48 minutes.
Yeah.
So used to 60.
And you don't have one losing season in 11 years and not have maximum effort every single time.
And they went the whole regular season undefeated last year.
Well, miscommunication there on the left side of the offense. Just
quarterback and the center were the only 2 guys ready to go there.
Oh, and number 28, is it?
28, Alex Taladino. Who's been
tight end's always ready. I mean, him and the quarterback, they think alike.
Yeah.
What kind of impressed you the most, though, from Vacaville's standpoint, Brian?
I think their real domination up front against this huge Enterprise defense. They feature 8 in the box with 4 huge linebackers. I really expected that to really deter the Vacaville rushing game, but they really attacked the outsides and really exploited that.
And after this play, we'll get your thoughts, Joe. Abney, deep, intercepted.
That should seal it.
Dulon Stevens,
big play.
Touchdown and an interception.
Flex being in the end zone.
I was just about to say, I was impressed with Vaca High's backfield this game and how they transitioned for a 4-front, 2-3 front, and showed off that backfield to show Enterprise that they can do more than
their
rush.
secondary really stepped up. Jonathan Burke had a big-time game. As you see there, Dulon Stevens also with the interception right there. And they've done a really good job just forcing second and long, third and long type of situations. And that's the way you take Izzy Matthews out of the game, and you kind of put it on the shoulders of Justin Abney, who's a really good playmaker, but this is his first year as a play caller, and it showed a little bit here in this game.
Yeah, brand new to the quarterback position. He's shown flashes of brilliance with his arm. He had a dime over here, I believe, to Keaton Voorhees in the first half, but he has some real inconsistencies with his throwing motion, and Vacaville's really exploited that.
So you can expect to see Vacaville move up a couple of spots in the Max Preps Northern California rankings and maybe jump up a little bit in the Sac Joaquin section. They're number 8 team in the Sac Joaquin section. Of course, the Folsom Bulldogs, number 1. Anytime you got a guy like Jake Browning, University of Washington commit, this guy breaks a record in California every single week. He passed up Jimmy Clausen last week for most touchdowns in California State history. Of course, former second-round pick for the Carolina Panthers.
That looks like a safety.
It's close.
Close. They're marking it just outside the end zone.
Forward progress.
That's a good news for Vacaville. Runs down some extra clock.
Where did Jimmy Clausen play college football?
Notre Dame.
Book it.
Yeah.
Big.
Is he still in the league? I think he's with the Bears. Or he was with the Bears at one point.
I don't know the answer to that question. I know things didn't go well in Carolina,
No,
though.
it did not go well. Got replaced by Derek Anderson. I believe they have Jamarcus Webb as a third option.
Cam Newton going to be back this week?
Yeah, I believe so, with his broken rib.
Who you taking, Detroit or Carolina?
Detroit.
Carolina, yeah, Detroit looked really good last week.
Detroit
Tampa
looked
Bay
great.
just kind of beat themselves against Carolina.
Matt Stafford looked awesome in that new offensive scheme.
And out of the end zone again, so
Cash
clock will keep running as Reynolds gets the rock.
Cash Money Reynolds.
All right, baby, it's a 44-22 game. We're going to go NFL talk real quick. Joe,
What?
Super Bowl prediction.
Ooh.
Surprised on you.
You know yours, Brian?
I'm a 49ers fan, and even I think it's going to be an off year for the 49ers.
You going to the rematch of last year?
Don't know.
I'm going to go New Orleans.
Ooh.
I'm going to go off the board New Orleans, and I'll give you my AFC after this play.
Third down, Hacking, airing it out. And first down,
Reed Ramirez.
Reed Ramirez making his first catch of the night, I believe.
Yeah, we expected him to have a little bit of impact, but hey, garbage time. Get some extra yards, gain some confidence.
Reedy is a good athlete. He also plays baseball, too. And his brother was a good baseball player, too.
Manny Ramirez.
Not man.
I'm just joking.
Ryan Ramirez.
Aramis? No.
All right. At least he's still playing.
Yeah.
All right, here's mine. Denver, Detroit.
Okay.
I love the addition of Jim Caldwell. I mean, the problem with the Lions, I believe, was Jim Schwartz, and they just were not fundamentally sound. A lot of penalties, a lot of turnovers. Different story with Jim Caldwell in the house. And they played the Giants, obviously, last week. Nothing to brag about.
Yeah.
But Matthew Stafford, he has lost some weight, more elusive in the pocket. So they run the ball here, keep that clock going down. We're down to the 90-second mark just about. Come on, guys. Who you got?
Can I be a little crazy here?
Of course.
Like
that's what we're about here.
Can I be Tampa Bay Steelers?
Okay, that's just crazy.
Okay.
That's beyond crazy. I love it because I'm a Bucks fan.
Wow.
Yeah.
But
I got Tampa Bay.
you going to say that after you saw Pittsburgh put up 6 points yesterday against a team playing with all the drama?
I'm just saying that was a little bit refs on the field, too.
It's 26-6. Refs had nothing to do with that loss. Come on, dude. You played football.
I know, but in the end zone when you got a third down and then you got a flag.
That was a bogus call. Mike Mitchell is a clean hit. Second down, under a minute to go. Nowhere to go. I believe that was Cassius Reynolds again on the carry. So one more play should do it. Who you got, B?
I'm going to go New Orleans, Denver. I'm not going to go off the board for Denver, but
I didn't got to ask you who's winning. Obviously, you're going Pittsburgh. You got them playing at Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
I know you're going. I think you're feeling Denver.
I'm going to go New Orleans.
I'm going Denver. Peyton Manning's going to get his second ring, tie up Eli. What's up, C-Money? What you doing in our territory, huh? What you taking my pen for? Of course, Chelsea doing a great job, pretty much running the show here today. A little bit of issue with the graphics right at the beginning of the second half, but we still got love for you. So, a quarterback's favorite play. Kneel down,
Victory
walk it
formation.
off.
Yep.
All right, guys. So our producer just said player of the game. I think this is pretty obvious.
Yeah. Davion Harris.
Yeah.
Yeah. Number 35.
Is this unanimous?
Yep.
Davion-
Yeah. 4 touchdowns, 3 rushing, 1 receiving.
All over the field.
And the thing that impressed me the most about the Vacaville Bulldogs, I never even realized the loss of the Mewborn twins and Tanner Donaldson. All these guys stepped up, balled out tonight. Dulon Stevens made some couple of nice grabs.
Yes.
I love that Pop's trusting in Hecking. He's allowing him to throw the rock and just that play action, run out to the outside, and he's been able to find a ton of receivers. Very impressed with the Vacaville offense. But really, what set the tone for Vacaville in the second half was defense. I mean, they just dominated the line of scrimmage, and that was really the difference, I thought, in my eyes. Joe, what's your take on this one?
Vacaville's defense stepped up this game. You can tell that Cassis came out and said defense, defense, defense for Vacaville. And then Pop also letting Hecking throw whenever he wanted almost. And then also you have the dangerous running game. And Davion Harris. There's no doubt that Vaca High won this game.
All right, baby. Well, that wraps it up for us. Big time win for the Vacaville Bulldogs, 44-22 W here on the Solano College Sports Network. Next broadcast we'll be doing, mark your calendars down, baby, for September 26th as they take on Lincoln from Stockton. Should be a very good game against a very tough team in Lincoln. And a nice win for Vacaville. They're 1-1 now on the year. Enterprise falls to 1-1. Upcoming next for Enterprise, they take on Anderson next week back in Redding, California. Big-time W for the Vacaville Bulldogs. We out here on the Solano College Sports Network.